Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. Pistol on my head like I'm a cop. Have you ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, this a clock. My God told me a promise you gon' squeeze me. Better let me go the day you need me. Put me on that nigga, get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get the chop.
I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on no pussy and show up in them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your blood, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
I just wanna be big rock stars and living hilltop bosses, stopping 50 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. Hey, hey, I wanna be a rock star.
The city's gonna break my heart. The city's gonna love me and leave me alone. The city's got me chasing such. It's been a couple months since I felt like I'm home. Am I getting closer to knowing where I belong? The city's gonna break my heart. She's always gonna break her heart. Oh.
So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you were the storm, so before you go. So keep your love locked down, your love locked down, keeping your love locked down, your love locked down. Now keep your love locked down, your love locked down. Now keep your love locked down, you lose. So before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? It kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless.
I'm ready, rain on me. Please don't love. Rain on me, rain, rain, rain on me, rain, rain. Please don't love. Rain on me, rain, rain, rain on me.
For all the things my eyes have seen, the best by far is you. If I could fly, then I would know what life looks like from up above and down below. I'll keep you safe, I'll keep you dry. Don't be afraid, Cecilia, I'm the satellite, and you're the sky.
Say, that you only meant well, well, 'cause you did, what you say.
What you say, what you say.
That it's all for the best, 'cause it is what you say.
What you say, what you say.
What did she say?
And you're the sky.
I will give it your hand. Hold tight, you'll slowly coming back to life. I will give it your hand. I will give it your hand. Let go of all your haunted dreams tonight. I will give it your hand. I will give it your hand. All my life I've been good, but now I'm thinking, what the hell? All I want is to mess around, and I don't really care about if you love me, if you hate me, you can take me, baby, baby. All my life I've been good, but now, whoa, what the hell?
Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? They pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Why not? They pay paradise, they put up a parking lot. Hey, 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 pay paradise, put up a parking lot.
Why you always in the mood? Look around like it's brand new. I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything looks better with a view. Why you always in the mood? Look around like it's brand new. I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but try to play cool.
When you hurt somebody, so much to say, but I don't sleep. And I hate that I let you stop me. I'm not okay. I just got you to say I'm not okay. I just got you to say I'm not okay.
Thinking out loud, I could be broke and keep $1 million smile. LOL to the bank, checking my account. Bank tell a flirt after checking my account. Pretty ladies like, yeah, drop a butter on your pussy. Couple buddies on the low, you ain't gotta tell your friend that I eat it in the morning.
I'm not okay.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know. I'm way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed.
There is no one like me. There is no one like me, like me. Take a second look and you'll see. There is no one like me. There is no one like me, like me. No one like me.
Way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed.
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
I feel blessed.
Hate me, still trying to replace me. Chase me, tell me how you hate me. Race me, wish you never dated me. Lies, tell me lies, baby, tell me how you hate me.
Take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Take on me. I'll be
I'm putting on my shades, cover up my eyes. I'm looking in my ride, I'm heading out tonight. I'm solo, I'm riding solo. I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. I'm living like a star, can't stop my shine. I'm floating top down, my head's in the sky. I'm solo, I'm riding solo. I'm riding solo, I'm riding solo, solo. I can fix all those lies. Oh baby, baby, run, but I'm running to you. You won't see me cry. I'm hiding inside. My heart is in pain, but I'm smiling for you.
Ooh, baby, do you know that's what? Ooh.
Shine perfect, you don't need no filter. Gorgeous, make 'em drop dead, you a killer. Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Stay in the kitchen cooking up, cut your own bread. Heart full of equity, you're an asset. Make sure that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions.
I can joke, I see what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke, I keep up with the guys. And you see me holding up my middle finger to the world, like you're everything, your perfect. Cause I'm not just a pretty
Picture
girl.
perfect, you don't need no filter.
Cause I'm not just a pretty girl.
Gorgeous, make 'em drop dead, you a killer.
Cause I'm not just a pretty girl. I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if it was the past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Now I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn, but I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no. What we gon' fight? Oh yes, we gon' fight. Believe we gon' fight. Fight for our right to love, yeah. Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter, no.
I wanna do hood rat stuff with my friends.
Every step I take, every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing.
I miss you, I miss you, I miss you more. Every minute and every hour. I miss you, I miss you, I miss you more. Every stumble and each misfire. I miss you, I miss you.
I'll be missing you.
Looking at you, at you. 'Cause I've been looking at you.
Bring me a higher love. Bring me a higher love. Oh. Bring me a higher love. Where's that higher love? I keep thinking of.
She used to meet me on the east side, the city with a sun on the And every day, you know that we ride through the back streets of a hotel. Baby, you know I just wanna live tonight. We can go anywhere we want, drive down to the coast, jump in the sea. Just take my hand and come with me, yeah.
Come on, baby, we ain't gonna live forever. Let me show you all the things that we could do. You know you wanna be together, and I wanna spend the night with you. Yeah, yeah, with you, yeah, yeah. Come with me tonight, we can make the night last forever. Oh, oh. You and me. How come every time you come around my London Bridge wanna go down like London, wanna go down like London, we going down like. How come every time you
the rhythm that you play when you're breaking my heart. You know that I can't get you out of the system. Yeah, right from the start, you play with my heart.
Way up we go, in up and down that road. Way up, oh no, we gon' run the whole house down. Watch me standing in line, you're only serving lies. You got something to hide, we gon' run the whole house down.
Riding my bike like I'm too young to try. Careless and free like it's 2005. Had to chill the fuck out, take a trip outside to have fun with my friends like I'm young and alive.
Taste of your lips, I'm alright. You're toxic, I'm sipping on that. Taste of a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you, don't you know that you're toxic? And I love what you do, don't you know that you're toxic? I'm addicted to you, don't you know that you're toxic?
Had to chill the fuck out, take a trip outside to have fun with my friends like I'm young and alive. Like I'm young and alive.
Don't you know that you're toxic?
I wanna be the very best. No one ever was. Catchman is my real test. The training is my cause. I'll travel across the land, searching far and wide. Keep stuck in mind to understand the power that's inside. It's me. I know it's my destiny. Oh, you're my best friend. The world we must defend. I'm so true. I'm very true. You teach me and I'll teach you.
Tryna be cool like you, wobbling around in your high heel shoes. I'm clumsy, made friends with the floor. 2 for 1, you know a bitch by 4. And 2 left feet, you know I always drop. First thing a girl did was a bop, and the whole damn cake and the cherry on top. Shook up the bottom, made a good girl pop. You ain't even here to party, can in the club tryna pipe a Barbie. I don't wanna go with the flow back then till I touch my toes. I don't wanna roll the boat. Wrist full of rocks and I hope I flow. Big up yourself cause you know they don't. I chew cause they hope I chew. I'm a bitch.
I sold my soul to the devil for designer. They said go to hell, but I told them I don't want it. If you know me well, then you know that I ain't going. Cause I don't wanna die young. Walk through fire for you, just let me adore you. I don't wanna die young. Walk through fire for you, just let me adore you. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Like it's the only thing I'll ever do. Oh, I mean, walk through fire for you, just let me adore you.
Put it in reverse, here.
Of love and what it means to you.
just hopped in. I got options. I can pass that bitch like Stockton. Just joshing. We spend this holiday locking. My body got rid of them toxins. Sports in the top 10. I can put the ball in the end zone, put a bad bitch in the friend zone. This shit sound like an intro jet song, give me that tempo. So cool, he a fool with the shit. Told her don't let her friends know. In the building, I move like a dime. Eating fettuccine at Vincenzo.
You are unforgettable. I need to get you alone. Why not? A fucking good time, never hurt nobody. I got a little drink, but it's not a party. If you love me, girl, then so sorry. I gotta give you cool like me, and I'm not. A list of many are. Think less, but you grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended. Not let it go. From a mess to the masses. A list of many are. Think less, but you grow. Like a ride, oh. Not easily offended. Not to let it go. From a mess to the masses.
All right, guys. All right. Good morning. I got to adjust this here slightly. Woo! Are we making it happen here now? I think we're making it happen at this moment. Can I get a mic check? Can everyone hear me at this time? Is everyone all set, ready to rock and roll? I just want to make sure every single person here is absolutely dialed in. That's what I need at this moment. I need every single person dialed in here today, traders. Man, I'm fired on up. As you guys do know, I am coming in from South Beach, Miami. We are live over on Tradecaster. We are live over on TikTok. What's up, TikTok, today? And we are getting ourselves going. I got the travel setup today. Okay, today we got the full-blown travel setup at this time. And we are going over everything we need here. Just want to make sure that we are all set. Give me a second here, team. Oh, no. Hold on a second here. Give me one. TikTok, you might have to give me a moment, just so that we're all ready to rock. Can you guys hear me, see me? Want to make sure we're good. Give me 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. All right, cool. I think we are live. All right, awesome. Guys, just give me one more second here. Everyone give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me over on Tradecaster, if you guys can hear me over on YouTube. Again, this is not kind of my normal setup, so I just want to make sure everything is all good, set, and ready to rock at this moment. So please just give me that, heads on up, making sure that we're all good. Awesome. Beautiful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am down here right now in South Beach, Miami. This is probably the first time I've been down in South Beach in probably about 5 years. And it's electric right now. It really is. Traders, I'm just going to be straight up with you. Right now, it is spring break. There's Ultra Music Festival going on. And I've never seen so many people in a city that are kind of within my age group. I'm seeing beautiful women. I'm seeing beautiful men. I'm seeing extremely overweight people that are dressing like if they're extremely skinny people, if you know what I mean. The confidence here is sky high, and that's all I could say, and I love it. I love it. I love how the confidence here is just absolutely miraculous. It's contagious this morning. I'm feeling great today. So traders, let's see where we're at. Let's see what's going to be coming on up. And we're here to be able to make some money. Do it live. As you guys can see, I don't have a mic stand. So I will be holding this microphone in my hand right now for the next 8 hours straight. Okay, so I will be holding this microphone for the next 8 hours straight. Bear with me if I got to take a couple little breaks for some pauses here. Over on TikTok, unfortunately, I do not have the live stream up and available of my charts that I usually have behind, but I will be speaking and talking about everything that I want to be doing over on this market. So, traders, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this day. And as you guys, I'll probably move the camera around. We got some big filming going on. When I'm saying we have some huge announcements coming on up, that's an understatement. Like, we have some huge things that no other trader is doing at this time. And I am blessed beyond words to be able to be in these opportunities, to be able to have these doors open, to be able to go over and be able to do everything that's happening. There's a lot of awesome stuff in the future, and I'm so excited to be able to bring it to you guys and so fired up for that. So let's talk about this market right now. Let's talk about how we're going to come out on top, because I think the only thing that can make this day better is going to be seeing you guys make a big time profit. First thing that we need to discuss is the S&P 500. The S&P 500 traders, what the heck happened yesterday? Okay, yesterday, I was sitting on my plane ride, flying on down here to Miami. First class, no big deal. I had a chicken Rossetti dinner. It was absolutely fantastic. But again, I don't need to bring that on up. No here nor there. But the thing is, team, what the heck did Jerome Powell say? What did Jerome Powell talk about to see this market go on an $8 spike? The S&P 500 yesterday, team, went all the way from, what price was this? We were all the way on down towards around 518, 516, and we spiked all the way up towards that 524 mark. That was ridiculous. We saw crazy movement, crazy action in this market. Take a look at this chart right here over on the S&P 500. 2 o'clock came on out. We saw that we went from 515 and spiked all the way up to now 523. Now, if you guys do not know what happened, Jerome Powell stated, let's go over to CNBC.com. And if you guys are over on TikTok, you guys can go over to YouTube and see my screen. So just go to YouTube and then at Sean Dekmar or at Dekmar Trades, and you'll be able to see my screen and everything that I'm doing. But Jerome Powell stated that we were going to hold rates steady and maintains 3 cuts coming sometime this year. First things first, these people are saying, oh yeah, this is what we wanted. Guys, this is not what we wanted. This is not what we initially had planned. This was not the normal game plan. What we were supposed to see at first was what? We were supposed to have rate cuts 6 times this year. Now, we were supposed to have rate cuts coming up in the beginning of the year. Now, we have rate cuts 3 times sometime throughout the next 9 months. I can't say guarantee, but I can almost guarantee that we will not follow this plan. The Federal Reserve is lying in some sort of way, as in they will go with whatever the market gives us. I can't call them liars, but I will say if the market continues to go higher and higher and higher, we're going to push rate cuts back even more and push them back even more. This is not set in stone. Just like they said in September, we're going to have 6 rate cuts. Oh yeah, we're going to have rate cuts right at the start of the year on our first meeting. Nope, that's not happening. Nope, not having rate cuts right at the very first start, and we're only going to have 3 rate cuts now. Just wait until we get to July or once we get to June. Hey, are we going to have our rate cuts? Well, market's still at record highs. Probably not at this point, but trust me, next one in September. September comes around, and it usually just keeps getting pushed back. We have talked about this many times. We have talked about what's going to be coming on up here. As long as the market is up near highs, there is no reason for Jerome Powell to be cutting rates. And at this moment, every single thing is at record highs. When we go over to the S&P 500, and we take a look over on the, when we go over towards this data right here, it says stock futures rise as the S&P 500 tops 5,200 level for the first time. It says stock futures climbed on Thursday morning after 3 major averages closed at new records and the Federal Reserve concluded its latest policy meeting. We have semiconductor micro and technology jump more than 16%. These moves follow a winning day on Wall Street that sent 3 major indexes, Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P 500 to brand new record highs. These gains came after the Feds have stated that they expect to have 3 rate cuts to interest rates this year. The central bank kept borrowing costs unchanged in its 2-day March policy meeting. The total sum of this, no good news, is good news. Press conference is that the markets continue to have a green light to run higher. So basically what we have at this moment, right, is we have Jerome Powell not saying we're raising rates, Jerome Powell not saying we're cutting rates, but Jerome Powell just saying, hey, we're going to keep everything exactly the same. And if we keep everything exactly the same, well, guess what, traders? We are going to see things continuously do exactly what they've been doing. And when we take a look over on the S&P 500, what can we realize? The S&P 500 nearly every single day just keeps going up higher. The S&P 500 nearly every single day just continues to climb. Now, at this moment, traders, if you guys are watching us over on YouTube, if you guys are watching us over on TikTok, all I ask for you guys is if you guys can smash that thumbs on up. Hit that thumbs on up right now. Double tap the screen. Share this link. All I ask for you guys at this moment is to share this and post this in your bios, on your Twitter. I want you guys to go rent a billboard. Post the link on the billboard. I want you guys to rent one of those planes with, again, that banner behind it. And I want you to post the link on this banner. I want you to run out. I want you to go print stickers. Go print stickers out and go post them on all the stop signs in your neighborhood. I'm not asking that much, am I? Double tap that screen right now. Give it a little thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. I love you. So, traders, let's talk about the S&P 500. The S&P 500, when we're taking a look over on this chart here, and we look over on the daily side, this is where we talk about probability. This is where we talk about odds, okay? If I take a look on this play, I can see green candle, green candle, green, 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 one red candle. I can see we have green candle, green candle, green candle, one red candle. We could see green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, red candle. We can see green candle, green candle, green candle, green candle, red candle. So the thing is, traders, we can see how this market has been progressively moving on up day in and day out. And we're seeing this hype and we're seeing this momentum and we're seeing this action continuously push higher and higher and higher. Let's think about it in a mathematical aspect. Let's think about it as odds. If I see that we have 5 green candles to every red candle, what are the odds that today's going to be? Well, there's a great chance that today's going to be green. We could see over the past few weeks, the past few months, that we have consistently climbed on up. I am kind of leaning towards, yes, that bullishness, those calls are going to take on over and momentum is going to continue to keep pushing higher and higher and higher. We know that momentum has been moving this market on up. We know that every single trader is in that buyer mentality, and it's very tough to go against the grain. Just looking at this daily chart, you do have your big red drops, but it's very difficult to time. We all hear that a lot. It's difficult to time the market. And I agree with you guys. It's very tough to be able to figure out exactly where we're going to be able to see some sort of reversals. But let's take a look at this chart right now. This chart, we have gone from 514 and now up towards 523. Let's play both sides. Okay, let's be honest. Let's play both sides of the spectrum here. Who here, and I want you guys to type out in chat, who here thinks that the market is going to continue to move on up? Who here thinks that this market is going to continue to spike, continue to run, continue to rip, and your reasoning is we are going up higher because nothing's different? You know, Jerome Powell didn't change anything. If we didn't change anything, we're going to continue to keep going up, 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 up. So where are my up traders at? Where are my call traders at? Stand up! I want to see you. Because you're going with the momentum. You're going with this hype. You're going with this data. But at the same time, I could imagine a trader saying, hey, Dek, do you think it's a little bit nuts? Do you guys think it's a little bit crazy? Do you think it's a little bit wild how we are having a $7 move on the S&P 500 in less than 12 hours? Or I would say 18 hours? Is it a little crazy to see this big of a move? Is there going to be profit taking? So we are in uncharted territory right now. We have never been this high on the S&P 500. We have never seen the S&P 500 spike up to where it is right now in the 523s. If someone came up to me and said, Dek, we're going up to 525 because of momentum, because of a $7 spike, 525 is the next natural resistance line, we could continue to push up even higher, hey, I would agree with you. I would say, yeah, I like that game plan. But if also someone came up to me and they said, hey, Dek, I think we're actually going to see the market reverse. I think the market's going to turn. I think the market's going to drop. I think the market's going to start fading all the way back on down because of a $7 spike. Well, then guess what here, team? I would agree with that as well. If someone's saying that I think we're going to have profit taking, I agree with you. If someone says that we are going to have momentum because it's going to keep moving on up, I agree with you. So the thing is, I don't know which way that this market is exactly going to go, but anyone who actually tells you that they know exactly which way the market's going to be going is basically lying to you. No one can predict exactly which way this market's going to be heading. No one can predict exactly what's going to come on up. But what we can predict is odds. What we can predict is say, all right, let's have the probability in our favor. And the probability shows us that this market's moving on up. 5 green days equal 1 red day. We're seeing higher movement. We're seeing higher pushing, and 525 would be that next target. Regardless, I want everyone ready at the start of the day today on the S&P 500, getting ready to go. Don't focus too much on penny stocks today. And that hurts my heart to say because I love penny stocks. I really do, guys. I love penny stocks. I love the penny stock hype. I love the penny stock world. But the thing is, I don't want you guys just jumping in on penny stocks when we have an opportunity today where I think every single trader could make a massive amount of money. So much money out there in the market, so much opportunity out there in the market. So the thing is, at the start of the day today, really focus over on the SPY and let's see what we can do. Now, let's also talk about some AI plays. AI has been very hot, as you guys know, throughout the past year and a half. And let's just see, where is the AI world going here? So we do have, first things first, NVDA. When I take a look over on NVDA here today, traders, I'm asking myself, is NVDA going to be able to continue to move on up? And again, if you guys are watching over on TikTok, head on over to my YouTube channel at Dekmar Trades or at Sean Dekmar to be able to see my screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So what we have at this moment when I'm taking a look over on NVDA, we are having a gap up on NVDA this morning, which is fantastic, which is great. But at the same time, it's not that big of a gap up. Does anyone realize that? Does anyone realize that NVDA is kind of a little bit smaller here? It seems like, oh wow, the stock market pushed up to record highs. The stock market went on a $7 climb. Seems like the S&P 500 is going absolutely ballistic. But at the same point here, traders, you know, when we're watching this market, you know, NVDA, I feel like should have gotten back above 1,000. That's what I feel like. I feel like NVDA should have gotten back above 1,000. I feel like SMCI should have ripped and ran all the way back above 1,000 as well. So that's kind of what I'm referring to. I'm thinking SMCI should have got near 1,000. SMCI should have got back above 1,000, because usually when the market spikes up huge, these AI plays run up with it. But it kind of seems like at this moment, what's happening? It seems like when the market moves up, AI plays are only moving up a little. And when the market moves down, AI plays are actually getting demolished a lot harder. So you got to be careful on AI plays. Now, guys, I like AI. I like artificial intelligence. I love these companies. But I have been stating for the past, I want to say this week, starting Monday, starting Tuesday, that I'm saying it looks like we're starting to top out a bit. I think a lot of these AI plays are due for some serious pullbacks. I don't think they're going to crash. I don't think that this is going to get ugly. Right, I think that we are going to see just some normal, natural pullbacks. That's all I want for you guys, just normal, natural pullbacks. Sometimes I say that and people get upset with me. They say, no, Dek, AI is going up forever. Guys, AI could go up forever. It could just keep going up, 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 up. But what I want you guys to understand is it's okay after having a $1,000 spike that AI retracts $200. That SMCI, after going from $200 to $1,200, that maybe it's going to fall on down to $875. Maybe it's going to fall on down towards $850. These are all things that are absolutely possible. So I do want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll here. Now, what else do we want to be focusing on with this day? S&P 500. Also, I want to take a look at the clock here. Okay, 9:20. Guys, I'm on a MacBook. I never use MacBooks, and basically, me using a MacBook would be the same exact thing as you giving your grandma a MacBook. I have been using PC my entire life. I remember booting up Windows 98 as a kid, getting a little adrenaline rush. Then we moved over to Windows Vista. Then we moved over to Windows 7. Then we moved on over to whatever we use nowadays. But the thing is, I've just always been a PC person. Someone, again, handed me the Mac so that I can use and stream while being here, and I have no idea. People say, oh, use one finger to do this, use 2 fingers to scroll around here, 3 fingers to be able to clap on down, 4 index fingers to do this, use both your pinkies to be able to do. It's like, just give me a PC. Just give me a PC. That's all I ask. So much better to me. But neither here nor there. Right now, traders, watching over on the S&P 500. Now, I am looking for some trades here today, but let's really kind of stare at this. Right? Let's really try to figure this out. Okay? I'm just going to kind of spitball and kind of talk about what I'm seeing in my mind, and you guys can take what you like and take what you don't like. The S&P 500. We already know record highs. Okay, Dek, cool. Went from 514 or 515, spiked up to 523. That's an $8 spike right there. Okay, absolutely wild, absolutely ridiculous, $8 move. Is there going to be profit taking at the start of the day, or is there going to be a spike and some more momentum? What I honestly think is going to happen is whatever we see within the first 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to see opposite throughout the day. I think if we start off the day with a little bit of a morning spike, I do think we're going to reverse and get a pullback. I think if we pull back at the start of the day, I do think we're going to be able to bounce and move ourselves all the way back on up. Now, where would this bounce and move on up, or where would this reverse and pullback happen? Traders, if you guys do not know, we have a ridiculous amount of news today. We already had at 8:30 jobless claims data, 8:30 manufacturing survey. Then we have at 9:45, we have U.S. service PMI. 9:45, S&P 500 flash U.S. manufacturing PMI. 10 o'clock, U.S. leading economic indicators. 10 o'clock, existing home sales. 12 o'clock, Fed Vice Chair for Supervision Michael Barr speaks. So we have so many things from yesterday with all this crazy hot momentum and so many things today that can make this market go on a very hard spike and make this market go on a very fast rip and run. So there's a lot of things that we need to be focusing on. There's a lot of things that we need to be aware of going into this market that we could see a lot of changes as we go. So with this being stated here, team, I am most likely going to be looking on the first 10 minutes of the day on which way is this market really moving. If we get a pullback, I'm going to start looking for calls. If we start spiking up even higher, I am going to be starting to look for some reversals. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. And that's kind of my game plan that I'm focusing on. Let's just be honest. We don't know which way this market's going to go at these record highs after a $7 spike. We could see profit taking. We could see momentum continue to push. You guys have your biased opinion. You guys have your idea, your game plan. That's absolutely great, and I love that. But I do want to say for myself, hey, let me be as smart as I can. Let me watch the S&P 500 at the start of the day, and if we do keep going higher to an $8 to a $9 spike in total, I will get ready for a pullback. And if we do get a pullback, I think that's going to be a great dip buying opportunity for us to be able to see if this is going to be able to keep on pushing even more. Does that sound like a good game plan? Then at 9:45, we'll see what the data is, and we will go from there. So, traders, 9:25 in the market. This is usually where I wrap up over on TikTok or wrap up over on YouTube, but we are going live all day today. So, little heads on up. If you guys are over on YouTube, we are staying live. Can you guys give me over in the chat room, though, over on YouTube, a good old Dekmar Trades? Ah-hoo! Hit me with a little bit of excitement. Show me that you're fired up at this moment for going live all day. And also, please remember, team, we got something big tonight. What is tonight that everyone should know? 7 o'clock. Remember, team, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we are having our clearance sale. So for anyone who does not know, this clearance sale is tonight. We are giving away our old boot camp. We are giving away access to watch me trade live every single day into our 3,000 person trading community. We are giving away our trade idea scanner settings, what you guys see on the screen right now, our trade idea scanner settings. We are giving away all of our PowerPoint slides for the bootcamp as well, so you can be able to follow it. And we're giving away a trading journal. This is over $3,500, but since this is our stuff from last year and we're going to update it all, we're doing all 75% off for less than $500 for the first 20 people. So if you are a person that says, I want to have the same broker Deck has, that's something I forgot, broker access. If you want the same broker I have, if you want the same scanners I have, if you guys want to learn the same strategy I use, if you guys want all my PowerPoint slides, my boot camp, if you guys want everything, a trading journal, all that good stuff, 7 o'clock tonight, we're giving it all away for 75% off for the first 20 people. I'm dropping that over on TikTok. I'm dropping that over on Twitter, dropping that over on Facebook. I'm sending it out to the mailing list. I'm putting it on Stock Twits. I'm putting it on my Instagram. So the first 20 people at 7 o'clock tonight will get that, and then we're just ending the sale. So it's a little clearance sale. First 20 people, first people that get it, enjoy it. If you guys are after that, unfortunately, we're not having it anymore. So that is it, and want to make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. All right? Now, also, what I do want to state as well before we kind of kick off this day is I am down in Miami. Is there anyone down in Miami? I want to do a little like pop-up. And what I mean by a little pop-up is I'm going to tell you guys that let's all meet up at the same location. I'm thinking tomorrow. So it's not like a huge seminar, but I'm saying like if you guys want to meet up, we can all meet up at the same place, talk, be able to meet each other, hang on out. So I'm thinking, I was asking some people for some ideas. There is a rooftop there's like a rooftop slash restaurant slash bar type of outside lounge called Sugar in Brickell. Is anyone in Miami? Sugar, Brickell. Does that sound good? I'm going to be there tomorrow. I'm going to be there tomorrow at what time? I'm thinking 5 o'clock, 5:30. So tomorrow, Brickell, Miami, Sugar. I am going to be up on the top roof at 5:30, right around 6 o'clock, and going to be hanging out for a good 2 hours. Does that sound like a good idea? So I want to promote that. I want every single person involved in stock trading, feel free to come on through. I'm going to be there for an hour and a half. Just want to kind of put a nice little spot out there for every single person so that you guys are all good. We can be able to enjoy it. and we'll go from there. All right, so Sugar, Miami, and Brickell, 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm probably going to lock that in. If anything changes, I'll definitely let you guys know, but that's kind of where I'm going to be, be out there. All right, so awesome. Yeah, is that a good spot, everyone, over in chat? I want to make sure it is. Okay, 9:28. Let's get ourselves all set for this day now. I'm going to switch things on out. Let's go to new right here. Get everything going. As I said, I look like a 98-year-old woman using this Trade Idea scanner software on a Mac computer. I have no idea what's going on. So let me load from cloud. There we go. New 2024 on vanilla. There it is. Bada boom. On vanilla, baby. All right, so awesome. Let's grab this. Let me bring over some of my scanners as well, making sure that we're all good. I got my level 2 I'm going to grab and bring over here. Oh, it's actually going to be underneath here slightly. I'm not going to be able to bring over the level 2 here. I'm going to have this on my other screen, but obviously I will be telling you guys exactly what I'm doing and exactly what I'm looking at. I am going to be looking for SPX, as I always am, traders. I'm always going to be looking for SPX, but at the first few minutes anyway, I'm not even going to be jumping in on anything. I'm going to be waiting for that best opportunity. I'm going to be waiting for that best trade. So the market opens up here, team, in the next, minute or so, and we're going to see what is going to be happening, what is going to be going on. I'm actually going to grab myself here and actually drag myself to the other side of the screen so that we can all focus on what's going on. Awesome. Beautiful. I love this, guys. So let's see what happens over on the S&P 500. Right? S&P 500. Let's see what's going to be going on here. And let's try to be able to make some nice money. Let's get ready to try to be able to make some nice cash. Switching on over towards SPY. SPY right here. And it's all about just waiting and watching to see what's really going to happen within the first few moments of this trade. Trying to zoom in on this thing. Get it as close as possible. There we go. So S&P 500. I do want to see where is this momentum going to take us? How much hype, how much action are we going to get over on the S&P 500? And then, of course, we can go from there. All right, so the SPY starting with a little bit of a pullback. No forcing, no trades that I'm in on at this moment. I am just more waiting and watching for kind of like that next move and for that rip and run. I do want to bring over the level 2, though. I do think that is so important. So I'm going to just try to grab this, pop this on out, make this a little bit skinnier if I can. Beautiful, awesome. Leave that right there. And then let me grab a level 2 over on like SPY and see if I can bring this on over onto the screen. As I said, guys, this is a little bit different right now. This is a little travel setup at this moment. I'm going to exit out this if I can. Bring that on down. Nope. Right now, we're waiting the first few moments anyway. First few moments, we are going to just be sitting back. We're going to be waiting. We're going to be watching and seeing if we're going to be able to get any sort of big rips or runs over on these plays. Of the SPY on high watch and high alert. For some reason, it's not allowing me to bring over this. So I apologize, guys. It's not allowing me to bring over my level 2 onto the other screen, but obviously we're going to do this together, and I will show you guys on camera whenever I jump in on any sort of trade. So let's just make sure that we're staying alert at this moment. Let's go over everything, and we are getting a quick little early morning pullback at this time. Quick little early morning pullback over on the S&P 500. Now, let's think about this. Is this really that bad? Is it really that confusing that we're having a little early morning pullback? Not at all. Guys, I would be shocked if we didn't have a little early morning pullback. This is so important that we are having this early morning pullback. And the reason why I say that is because the S&P 500, remember, we moved up $7 on today. Having this $7 move, a lot of traders are going to be saying to themselves, man, this is kind of ridiculous. This is kind of wild. We want to see, are we going to be able to see any sort of big spike, big rip, big run, big climb? Right now, we are just watching this as close as we can, getting the most detail possible. And the S&P 500 is just floating right around that 523 mark at this time. So we are just sitting right around 523. It's not like we're seeing any sort of dramatic move at this moment. Really just sitting back, staying smart at this time right here. I am going to try to refresh my my Lightspeed broker, bring this on up over on my Lightspeed broker so you guys can actually see it on this screen, because I do think it's important, obviously, for you guys to be able to see when I jump in on a trade, when I'm getting involved on these plays, all that good stuff. And for some reason, it's just not showing up right there. Right now, team, we're all set, ready to rock and roll. Very exciting stuff. Looking to see where this momentum is going to take us. And we are still seeing the S&P 500 just sitting right at 523. Remember, we are not missing anything whatsoever. We are all just still focused and watching right over on the S&P 500, seeing if we're going to be able to get any sort of big-time breakouts or any sort of big-time moves. Well, unfortunately, guys, I can't bring over my level 2, but it's okay. We still got our scanners. The S&P 500 is not making any sort of ridiculous move at this time anyway. We are just more sitting back, watching, and waiting. Traders, what are most people waiting for at this moment? Most people are going to be waiting for, to be frank with you, 9:45. At 9:45, we will have brand new data. And once we have this brand new data, that's where we're going to start seeing a lot of traders start going crazy. I think a lot of people are going to be waiting until 9:45 before we get our first entry. Now, I am leaning towards calls. Remember, I'm just trying to play the odds. I'm trying to play the odds right now. And the odds are that we have 5 green days to every red day. We've had 2 great green days so far. I mean, this market has been consistently pulling itself on up. I'm going to try to grab this and drag this on out here, and you can just see how strong that this market really has been. We've been seeing so many big-time rips, so many big-time runs, so many big-time climbs in this market. Going to bring the high of the day momentum scanner down a little bit lower so you guys can get a little bit better idea over on the high of the day momentum scanner. Let me grab this as well over on our breakout scanner. Bring this down a little bit lower as well so you guys will be able to follow this data a little bit closer. Cool. So we got, a nice little setup at this moment. S&P 500. We are all just staying alert in the best way we can. No reason to force this. No reason to put ourselves in any sort of bad position. Switching over to a 1-minute time frame so we can really see the VWAP and get a good idea of what's coming up here next. So S&P 500. And this is how I'm going to be trading today, and this is how I'm going to be trading tomorrow. So we are going to be having morning trading sessions on both days, today and tomorrow. As I said, I'm down here filming for something pretty special, but I told them, I said, hey, I'm not missing any days of work. I would love to come on down. I'd love to be part of this, but I need to be here for Tradecaster. I need to be here for our streamers. I need to make sure that we are getting the best day and not missing any sort of day whatsoever. That's the thing, team. I do take great pride in being able to be here every day with you, and I don't like missing any day of work. I don't want to be a person that trades for 10 minutes and says, all right, see you guys later. You guys are literally here spending your days with me to be able to learn how to make money, to be more profitable in the stock market, and I want to be the mentor that you signed up for, not the person that just says, all right, see you guys later. Nothing happening. I'm going to go golf. I'm going to go jet ski. I'm going to go travel the world. No, that's not why you guys are here. You guys are here because you want someone to be able to hold your hand, walk you through these plays, teach you how to do it correctly, know what to look for, know what not to do, right? You want to be able to get someone that gives you guidance and keeps you away, gives you clarity in that mindset of what is the right way to trade. And right now, I think the best thing for us to be able to do is say, hey, let's wait for a good, easy play. Let's wait for predictability, and let's figure out, what could be coming on up here next. So I do think we want to wait until 9:45 here. So we're going to be all set, ready to go. Swote Dan asked the question, and hey, I have no problem answering this. He said, Dek, $180 a month for Tradecaster is just too much for me. The thing is, I understand that. But what you have to realize is that is a very tiny investment. Let me ask you this question right now. People literally sign up to Tradecaster, and within a day, within 2 days, within 3 days, they are already making $100, $200, $300, $400. So just the fact that people are scared to say, oh yeah, I'm going to sign up and be able to spend $179 just for them to learn information and literally the next day be able to make that all back and then have 29 more days to be able to make a profit. That's what is so incredible about stock trading, is that literally you can be able to learn how to trade the market and be able to make a ton of cash and ton of money. So Tradecaster, we do offer a free 7-day pass so you can test everything out. Then you can gain information. You can watch the video library. You can watch the live streams. It's not only me, it's 10 other live streamers. So you get me, 10 other live streamers, 250-hour video library, unlimited priceless education that you can be able to apply to your stock trading and within one single trade, make back what you have learned, and then on top of that, have 29 more days to be able to make a profit. There's a mindset that people must realize. It's the same exact thing as going to college. When you go to college and you say, hey, I don't know if I want to spend $50,000 a year. People do that all the time. I don't want to spend a little money to learn how to stock trade, but yeah, I'm going to spend $100,000 in school debt just to go ahead and get a job that doesn't pay that well. You know, it's just like college. It's an investment that hope you get something beneficial out of it, right? It's like that's what it comes on down to. You know, in stock trading, you put in a little bit to be able to get a whole lot more. Put in a little bit to get a whole lot more. You will never be able to make money without putting in a little bit of money. People want everything handed out to them. Unfortunately, when things are handed out to them, and here's a little social experiment. You guys ready for this? There was a time that I said, I am doing everything absolutely for free. I barely had any sort of viewers whatsoever. Then I said, hey, I'm going to charge a little bit. So many more viewers came in because when people spend a little bit more money, they start saying to themselves, hey, I spent some cash here. I want to stay focused. I know what I just put in. I want to gain value out of it. When people have everything handed to them, they don't care about it. They say, don't care. I'll check this out later. I'll do this later. Right? When you put in a little bit of cash, you start taking it a lot more serious. Same exact thing as an investor or me being, let's say, an angel investor, me putting in money to certain businesses. If I put money into certain businesses, I'm going to care and be on top of those businesses 24/7. I'm going to say, what is the CEO doing? What is the vice president doing? What is the board of directors doing? What can I do? Because I want to make something from my investment. Same exact thing here. If you put in a little bit of money, you are going to have that initial drive to say, let me study, let me put in some work. I want to make up my initial investment. And that's when you have that little bit more of a drive in. S&P 500 still trying to get a little bit of ripping and running here. S&P 500 trying to get a little bit of a climb. 9:45 is going to be coming on up in 5 minutes here, team. 5 minutes. And we're going to be all set, ready to go. I do like this little microphone setup right now. I like the microphone setup right now. I feel like I'm I don't know what year it would be, 1960 singer right now. And danke shame, and oh, danke shame, and feelings for all the joy and pain. And I recall Central. That's kind of how I feel at this moment. So I feel at the moment, traders, getting ourselves all fired up here. Guys, S&P 500 getting this move here. S&P 500 starting to push on up. 9:45 right around the corner. So we have just gone from 923 now going up towards that 923.90-ish mark. So we are getting that first kind of like dollar spike. We are getting that first little dollar move at this time. So S&P 500 still waiting for this possible nice pop. Still waiting for this next possible rip and run. We do have the S&P 500 starting to squeeze, trying to get above that last strong area. So S&P 500 here, team. I am watching the level 2 over on my other screen. Oh, let me grab that. Awesome. So S&P 500, high of the day, 524.01. Low of the day, 522.92. Want to see if we're going to be able to get any sort of next leg up towards around that 525-ish mark. Can the S&P 500 be able to squeeze itself up even higher? And also, team, as I said, for the pop-up tomorrow, if sugar is not a good place, please tweet me right now. Everyone tweet me a better place, a better lounge, a better restaurant. I am open. I will confirm it on my Twitter later on tonight on exactly the time and place that we are going to meet. So if you guys have a better place down in Miami that's kind of like a fun little loungy area that we can all meet up and hang out for a good hour or so, definitely let me know. I definitely want to make it happen, but just tweet me a good place right now so I have everything all set. So I'll check my notifications after this day and confirm a place that kind of gets like the most tweets, the most mentions that people are telling me. But if Sugar is a good place, we'll just go there. But it has to be somewhere in Brickell. Right now, S&P 500 starting to get a little bit of a drop right at this moment over on S&P 500. 3 minutes until we get some data. So 3 minutes until we get some news. So right now at this time, traders, what I am going to start doing is I'm actually going to start looking for a possible order. So Dek, what is your order going to be? I'm just going to tell you because unfortunately I can't show this over here. It is going to be SPX. So SPX contracts. I'm going to go with March 22nd. Over on SPX contracts. SPX is trading right now at 5,255. Sorry, there's a little glare on my screen over here. So 5,255. And I'm going to put myself right in the money. I am leaning towards calls. 5,200. 5,255 calls, and I'm looking for 3 contracts. Switch over to a market order. So right now, team, if anyone's interested, SPX, March 22nd, 5,255 calls, 3 contracts. I am not in yet, but that is the idea of the game plan that I want. So that is the idea of the game plan that I want. We are having this nice spike. We have this nice little reversal back on down in the matter of what? In the matter of a minute here, traders, we are going to see the S&P 500 make some sort of strong move most likely. If we can get a nice pullback first, I would not be opposed whatsoever. I think that would be gorgeous to be able to get a little bit of a pullback, to be able to see a little bit of a drop. Hey, I'm not opposed to that in any sort of way, and then be able to get filled on a nice entry. So I am going to be watching this closely over on the S&P 500, see if we are going to get a drop, see what's going to happen here at 9:45, and then try to come up with a decision on which way we would like to trade. I would like to see actually a drop maybe back on down towards that 523 area, maybe build a little bit of higher lows. Nothing wrong with that. Come back on down towards around 523, build a little bit of higher lows on a trend line, maybe a dip buy entry back on down towards that 523 area. SPX, SPY is basically the top 500 companies. SPX, you have to actually contact your broker and ask them to trade SPX. So SPX is going to be like the crazy version of SPY. Okay, so SPX is more of the crazy version of the SPY. Just a little heads up for you. But a lot of times, if you don't have it, don't have it on your platform, you will have to contact your broker and say, "Can you please allow me to trade SPX?" There might be an additional $5 charge per month to trade SPX, but obviously we're here to make hundreds and thousands of dollars. $5 doesn't really mean too much for us on an entire monthly charge. So SPX ETF, what I'm watching. 9:45 is here. I would like to see some sort of higher lows be built. No entry for myself at this moment. I am still just sitting back at this time. We did just come out with this data. Now we're saying, Dek, what data came on out? Remember, we can head on over to Google. You can type in economic calendar. Kind of scary. I'm using someone else's laptop, typing in things on Google. I just never know what I'm going to get. Please understand, if we go over to a search bar and something naughty pops on up, this is not my computer. So just throwing that out there right now. Thursday, you guys can see Thursday, 9:45 just came on out. S&P 500 flash sales services, and we have S&P flash U.S. manufacturing PMI data. 10 o'clock we have data as well, which is U.S. leading economic indicators and existing home sales. So we do have a lot of data just there also. So make sure that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll over there. We got some more data on the way. So, man, this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. Waiting for that first trade to really get dialed in. So far, the S&P 500 starting to get a little bit of a pullback. I do think I will look for an entry somewhere in the low 523s or even a possible small crack of 523. What pattern are you guys starting to see develop right now? I'm seeing a little bit, if you guys take a look over on this chart, is a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern. I have left, I have head, and then we have our right shoulder. Give me 1 second. My phone died, so I'm going to just go plug this in here. But if we do start dropping back on down towards like sub 523, I do want to pull the trigger. Give me one moment, team. Park and fall. You were the best. Still watching this here, team. We got the S&P 500 getting a nice drop. S&P 500 very weak, very low at this time. Let's see if we're going to be able to crack on down and start going all the way back on down towards that like 523 or lower area, starting to get a little bit of a pullback. I am watching this closely. I do see, shoulder. If you guys take a look at the daily chart here, or excuse me, the 1 minute chart. Here's a shoulder. Here's a head. Looking for a bottom little dip buy, little lower shadow right underneath 523 is really my goal. Get involved. Also, I do want to change my price. Instead of 5,255, I'm going to change this to 5,250. So 5,250 is what I'm going to change it as. Put myself just slightly right in the money. Still leaning towards 3 contracts on a March 22nd date. And I'll tell you guys exactly when I'm looking to enter. Guys, starting to get a little bit weaker at this moment. Market is starting to turn in a little bit of a harder fashion. I have not entered yet. But I am, again, getting ready to go here. Traders, watching this very closely, watching for this move. I'm going to enter right now in my first contract. See if we're going to get 3 contracts and get a possible little dip buy. So I do want everyone to know I am in right now at 522.87 over on the S&P 500, looking to see if we are going to get a dip buy. So 522.87, looking to see if we're going to be able to get a dip buy. I'm up $225 at this moment. And all this was a nice little dip buy, nice little bounce at 522.87. And now we are going to look to see if we can bounce back on up like above 523, get back up towards like 523.15 and actually go on a nice little move here. So I am in at this moment. I'm currently down now $10. I'm kind of letting you guys know, my thought process, what I'm looking at. If this does not bounce up soon, I will tell you I'm probably just going to get out and not hold it and hope. So we had a quick little bounce, and what I was looking for was a head and shoulders pattern. So a head and shoulders pattern is where we have a bounce play, we fall on down, we have a bounce play, then we move ourselves on up. We could also see a inverse head and shoulders pattern where we actually get a little bit more weakness and then move ourselves on up. So right here, team, I am kind of figuring out what do I want to do at the start on this play? What do I want to do at this moment? Right now, I'm almost back to even at this time, and I'm still trying to ask myself, what's the best move here? What I really want to do is get back above 523. Getting above and holding 523 is just going to give me a great sense of confidence to be able to come out on top. And right now, team, I am sitting with a nice $255 profit. We are looking pretty solid here. So now we are getting back above 523. We got to hold 523. Anything above 523, I'm up usually about $250. So right now I'm watching, and I know unfortunately at this moment I can't bring over it on my live stream. I'll take a picture of it. I'll post it over on Twitter so you guys can see it, but I'm literally telling you guys exactly what's going on. I'm in on SPX March 22nd. 5,250 is my strike price on call contracts with 3 contracts, looking for a break back above 523. Currently up right now $110. So it's on the other screen. I can't have the scanners and that on the thing at the same time. So I'm looking for that re-break of 523 and to hold 523. Another upper shadow. We can also see that the VWAP area. What's the VWAP? The VWAP's at 522.89. We have to stay above and hold above 522.89 here, team. Let's stay above 523. If we can't break and hold 523, I am going to get out if we can't break and hold 523 here. 523 is breaking slightly. 523.08. Come on, let's go 523.25. 523.25 plus that we can start making some money. Up $400 right now. Up $400 at this moment, looking for a squeeze and be able to hold 523. I want to hold 523 at this moment. Pop up near 523.20 plus. That's the idea at this moment. Still hitting 523, getting a little bit weaker at this time. Little bit weaker. Still watching, still waiting. 523.07. We're back up $400 at this moment. Come on, let's push on up here. Let's squeeze on up here. And there's a little glare on the other screen, so I'm watching it closely. We're up $300 at this moment here, traders. Still sitting at 523. I'm going to take my profits just to be smart at this time. It's not getting the big pop I want. I'm just going to take my profits to be smart. $260 so far. So I made $260. Remember, I got in at the price of 522 87, right? That was the price I believe it was. Then I just got out at 523.04 and I was just able to make $240. First trade on the day, $240. Nothing wrong with some free cash, nothing wrong with some free money here. So let me actually see, maybe if I can, I'm going to actually try something really quickly, guys, and see if I can maybe flip back and forth between something. Give me 1 second. I'm going to disappear here for a moment. I want to see if I can be able to show you guys my other screen so you guys can have full clarity on everything I'm doing here. So give me 1 second here. Mac Media image. Cancel. Awesome. All right, guys. So I figured out a way to be able to show you guys, my P&L and everything right here, just so you guys are all good. So I just added another scene and I changed the other scene to the other monitor so you guys can be able to see my P&L and such. So let me just grab this. Let me just kind of move some things around. And I apologize about me being on like kind of more of a travel setup idea, but you guys will see this right here. Take a look over on my screen so you guys will be all set, ready to see everything that you guys need. So I'm going to bring this on over here in just a second. All right, awesome. So I'll disappear, but you guys can see my screen so you can see my P&L and everything that I just did. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Everything that I just did. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ready? 3. Make sense? Sound good, guys? So I just wanted to be able to show you guys that, so you guys obviously have your credibility, and I'm just, everything that I'm saying, I'm obviously backing up. I just always want to make sure that I'm being transparent. I want to make sure that I'm doing things the right way. I absolutely hate, and I'll be honest, guys, I absolutely hate when people don't show their P&Ls. I absolutely hate when people aren't transparent. I absolutely hate when people just say they make a lot of money, but they don't ever prove it. It's like, if you are going to stream, if you are going to say that you're a great stock trader, just do it live, right? Just do it live. Just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to stream. I'm going to do it live, and I'm going to show everyone that everything that I do, it's actually legit. So I don't want, someone to stream and say, okay, hey, I'm going to show my P&L later after I put it through Photoshop. No, right? I want to be able to do it, the right way and go over everything. So I actually just brought up my position board as well. So if you guys need to see this again, let me again bring this on over so you guys have absolutely everything and you guys will be all set, ready to rock and roll. All right, let me bring this on over one more time so you guys can go ahead and check it on out. I just brought up some more data for you. 3, 2, 1. Some more data for you. 3, 2, 1. Some more data. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. There you go. So let's look for our next possible trade now. So let's, now that we have that all set up, I'll have that set up for today and tomorrow. Let's look for that next possible trade. Let's look for that next possible setup here. So good job so far today. Great work all around. And we just want to keep on adding those gains. Add them on up. Add them on up here. We're still sitting right around that 523 mark. Now we do know that we do have U.S. home sales coming on up here in the near future. So U.S. home sales, that comes out in 4 minutes. Okay, awesome, guys. Remember, now we're going on a nice flow of things. Thursday, March 21st right here, we have U.S. leading economic indicators, 10 o'clock, existing home sales. This is absolutely awesome. This is absolutely great because we're going to get some more action here in the next probably 4 minutes. So 4 minutes from now, get your orders ready if you guys need to. We are getting a little bit of a bounce right back on up. And I would actually say, it looks like that head and shoulders pattern actually might be setting itself on up here, team. You guys can actually see at this moment, top resistance right here. You guys can see, here's the shoulder right here. I do think we are going to spike on up towards like 523.50 or so, and then possibly reverse from there. So I would, if I were you, I would say calls first, and then get ready for some puts. So if you want to, it would be calls first, then get ready for some puts after that. So I like kind of, it comes on down to you, but I like kind of finding my happy medium. And my happy medium is saying, hey, I enjoy, 3 contracts. That's kind of what I enjoy. I enjoy doing 3 contracts. 3 contracts usually works for me. It allows me to make enough money. Usually 3 contracts is going to be somewhere around like $4,000 investment. So usually if you're saying, Dek, how much does 3 contracts cost you on SPX? Usually right around $4,000. And then you can go from there. So, guys, we are having SPY, high watch, and high alert at this time, watching the S&P 500 extremely closely. I'm going to move this over here slightly because I am looking at the level 2 on the other screen, and I know you guys have your scanners, but we are watching the S&P 500. It looks like it's going to try to build back up to 523.50 here. So if you guys are sitting on calls, I'm actually for it. If you guys are sitting on calls, you just have to be aware that we do have our new data coming on out here, team. New data in the next 2 minutes. So new data in the next 2 minutes here. All traders, be aware of that. I do think we're going to see a pop right back up towards that 523.50, but that could be quick. Yes, you can buy in right now, but it's a little bit of a gamble. Okay? The reason why I say that is you are gambling if you buy in right now at this moment, trying to nail this next possible move. So we got 2 minutes, about a minute and a half. S&P 500, take a look at this 1 minute chart. Can everyone see what I'm looking for? See how you have shoulder here, head here, shoulder here. You can also even connect like a trend line right up towards around that 523.50 mark. I think we're going up to 523.50 regardless. 523.50 regardless. If you break 523.50, watch for a spike. If you cannot break 523.50, watch for a big pullback. I think we're going to spike hard, then pull back. So I think we're going to have a few moments of spiking and then a big pullback. So I'm actually thinking calls if we get a little bit of a drop. Look for a pullback, look for that fade, and then get ready for that 523.50. You guys ready to go here? So I'm looking for pullback, get filled, spike on up, take profits when you have it. Then again, let's be smart in case we start dumping. I'll tell you exactly when I jump in, when I feel comfortable. But here comes that 523.40 mark. Here comes 523.50. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. 10 o'clock is going to be happening very shortly. We're at 9:59 at this market, but obviously we are still pushing right up towards that second shoulder on the S&P 500. Second shoulder on the S&P 500 on the way. Watching for this 10 o'clock. Here's 10 o'clock. Let's see the 10 o'clock data, what it does. 10 o'clock data. Let's see what we do here. S&P 500 trying to come on up towards that 523.50-ish mark. Break of 523.50. It is going to try to spike. Breaks 523.50. We could possibly see a nice rip and run on up. We do have our data, our pending home sales, which we're going to see if this market's going to be able to continue to move on up. We do have a high of the day of 524.01. And remember, with every single high, we do want to be thinking, is this a record high? A record high is usually going to be a nice solid round number, such as 525 on the dot. Usually going to be 525.25, 525.50, 525.70. Usually it falls right into that category. I'm not opposed to the 524.01. That's pretty close right to that 524-ish mark. Right now, we are getting that little shoulder. You guys can see here's one shoulder, here's one head, here's a little bit of a shoulder on that head and shoulders pattern. No entry for myself just yet, but you guys can see the idea of the head and shoulders pattern, just like you guys look at me. You guys have shoulder, you guys have head, you guys have shoulder. Same exact idea. Now, what traders are going to look for to see, are we going to go down the other side? Are we going to see a fade? Are we going to see a drop? Are we going to see weakness? So it's a beautiful head and shoulders pattern right now, which is actually going to lead towards a little bit of some scared traders. Let's give it a few moments to see if we can break 523.50. And if we cannot break 523.50, we will see a sell-off. I'm telling you that right now. If you cannot break 523.50, we will sell on off. Fact. But if you do break 523.50, we might run all the way up towards the new high of the day. So, Dek, what's the perfect way to trade this? Perfect way to trade this? Jump in right now. Put contract, 523.50. 523.50 hits, you're out. 523.50 doesn't hit, you can keep on holding. So that is one way that you can trade this market right now at this moment, which is just going to say, hey, I'm going to jump in. 523.50 is going to be my stop loss. If it breaks 523.50, you have to have the discipline to get out. But if it doesn't break 523.50, you know you have a lot of opportunity to go to the downside. Right now, I am not in at this moment. I'm not in on anything. I am just kind of giving this some time to see if it's going to squeeze and break that 523.50 mark. But we're coming right up to 523.50. The ask is at 523.45 here. Same with a little profit at the moment on this day. Just slowly and steadily trying to build itself on up. Come on now, baby. Come on now, baby. Come on now, baby. S&P 500. Guys, what do you think of this setup right here? Should I just relocate to Miami? Guys, I'll be honest. I don't think I can handle it. For me, I used to live in New York. Then I moved out of New York and just bought a home in the country. I live around farms. I have like 3 acres of land. I just chill. I love that. Right here, it reminds me back when I was in my younger 20s. People are walking around in booty shorts, no shirts. People are, I'm going to say though, Brickell, this area, it's clean, very clean. I haven't seen any bad parts or any sort of part where I said, I don't really like that. This place is clean. This place is clean. People are fit. A lot of good-looking people. There's a lot of good-looking people out here. My type of people. You know what I mean? My type of people. So I don't know what's in the water here, or maybe just everyone relocates here, but the breeding structure they have going on around Miami, it's awesome. An amazing genetic pool down here, down in Miami. That's all I could say. The genetics that are flowing, I can't talk about the personality too much, but the genetics, strong jawlines. Let's start there. Let's head on down to nice, big, broad shoulders. On top of that, the waist on these getting very hourglass figure-like. And then we're talking about maybe even a little bit of the behind. We're talking about, tree trunks. Tree trunks. Elephant trunks. Insane. I don't know what the heck these people are eating, but they look fantastic. They look amazing. So anyone down here in the South Florida mark, if you guys want to give me some tips or whatnot, whatever it is, maybe you just got the genetic lottery. I'm not really sure here. But you guys are tan. You guys all have 6-pack abs. The women look like they're from Sports Illustrated. And I'm just sitting here, uglier than I've ever been in my life. Right now, the S&P 500. Again, a little bit of a crack back underneath the VWAP. VWAP area, what is the VWAP price? 523.41. Ooh, this is nice. Guys, I'm actually going to not enter, but switch on over to the put side. Not enter, but switch on over to the put side right here. 3 contracts, market, starting to get a little bit weaker here. And if this does, if we can start getting a little bit of a sell-off, that is going to be very big for us. I'm going to start maybe even entering on this play. We're underneath the VWAP at this time. Notice we had 523.50, top resistance. Starting to get a little bit weaker here. I do want to get ready for a possible entry. Still the same idea. You break 523.50, don't get involved in it. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for at least like one more pop and test the 523.50. Also, penny stock wise, we have KAVL, a stock that's underneath 1 million in float. KAVL, which is currently up 90%. So currently up 90%, it seems like. Again, this or 144%. KAVL is spiking and hitting some new highs. So KAVL starting to spike. As you guys know, I am leaning towards the put side at this time as long as it can't break through that 523.50 mark. And if it can't break through 523.50, I do think there's room to drop back on down towards the low 523s. So we are getting weaker at this moment, as you guys can tell. Things are starting to fade. We are back underneath the VWAP area. Big head and shoulders pattern at this time. Things are starting to fade. Things are starting to get weaker. If you guys are in on the shorts or on the put side, things are looking absolutely great so far for you. So we did just get a nice little pullback back on down here. And the thing is, no one has ever lost money being patient. No one's ever lost money being patient. No one's ever said to themselves, hey, you know what? I'm going to stay patient, hold on to my cash, and then all of a sudden it disappears. Poof, that doesn't happen. People hold on to their money. They wait for setups they're confident in. Right now, we're 1 for 1. Let's go 2 for 2 on the next trade that we make. You know, if I could just be able to lock in consistently, you know, $500 gains, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Get myself on my next trade up near around $1,000. So the next trade I want to get up to is I want to get up near $1,000 in profit if we can. So right now, traders are watching the S&P 500, seeing if this is going to be able to hold. Remember, if you are in on this play right now, it's a very simple play. Above 523.50, you get out of it. Other than that, you keep holding your put. So we are watching the S&P 500. Still waiting, still watching at this time. And getting a little bit of a fade. Great job on put traders, guys. Great job on put contracts. You know what else I'm going to say about Miami right now? Is that they do have that Ultra Music Festival. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's basically like an EDM, like house music, bah, 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 like that. And I don't know if you guys know anything about the festival scene. I've never been to a festival. Not really my type of scene, not really my cup of tea. But the thing is, people kind of dress like you ever see that? Think of like The Matrix and like Blade Runner 2080. They look like they're futuristic pirates, like every single one of them. Like every single girl is dressing like, first off, it's nothing, barely wearing anything from the neck down. So imagine this. Close your eyes. Imagine a bikini, but with less articles of clothing. But then, ready for this? Throw on a Bane mask from Batman Returns. So you have this, beautiful structure. And then you walk up and you ask for directions. You're like, hey, do you know how to, find the CVS? And then you just hear, if I know where the CVS is. It's like it's a very confusing scene. And I've been thinking about it. I don't understand what people are doing nowadays. But hey, I don't know a lot. It's almost like a bikini with tall elevator shoes with like a leather whip and a Bane mask. I don't get why we go to festivals, to be honest. I don't really understand the scenery here, but that's what it is. And every guy just has a backpack with a bendy straw full of who knows what's in that thing. Very weird things going on down here in South Beach. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting old. Is that it, guys? Am I getting older at this point? Am I just getting older? I might be. I turned 30, and I feel like I'm just losing consciousness with reality every single day. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Traders, we are having the S&P 500 starting to squeeze its way back on up here slightly. S&P 500 still trying to get a little bit of a move at this moment. Still watching these moves and waiting for this rip and run. Lone Wolf Nolan, I love that gif. That video always cracks me up. Right now, S&P 500 traders. We did get that little break of 523.50. Let's see what happens next over on this play. We still have the head and shoulders play intact because we can see it's a little bit higher. Right here, right here, right here. But we're going to see if we start getting this reversal back on down here coming up in the near future. As I already stated, tonight, 7 o'clock, first 20 people get it. 7 o'clock, first 20 people. You guys already know the drill. 75% off, $3,500. Everything separate from brokers discounts, from bootcamp, from PowerPoint slides, from trading access, monthly access to Tradecaster, trading journal, all that good stuff, guys. We are having this for less than $500 for the first 20 people tonight. 7 o'clock, clearance sale, getting rid of our old boot camp, getting rid of our old PowerPoint slides, getting rid of everything because we are updating everything in 2024. We have some huge announcements coming up in the near future, but make sure you guys take one at a time. Tonight, 7 o'clock, first 20 people on the clearance sale. If you guys want the same scanners I have, if you guys want the same broker I have, if you guys want to have the same strategy I have, tonight, 7 o'clock, first 20 people, and then it's done. Why only first 20 people? It just comes on down to I know the first 20 people are the people who care the most. After that, a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Nope, first 20 people, the people who actually care, the people who actually show up, the people who are there that at 7 o'clock, those are the people that get it. So I'll be dropping links for you guys so that you guys can take advantage of it. Just comes on down to, I always just respect people that are excited, passionate, enthusiastic. So the first 20 people that are there kind of looking forward to it, those are the people that are going to, be able to lock that in, and then we're just getting rid of everything. Right now, we are back underneath that 523.50 mark, guys. The fact that we got above 523.50 is huge, but then to fall underneath 523.50 shows a ton of weakness. Ton of weakness. So I'm actually thinking maybe possible puts here if we can't hold 523.50. Guys, what's the VWAP over on this chart? VWAP over on this chart is going to be right around that 523.50 as mark as well. So we are basically sitting right next to that 523.50 mark. I want to give this a few moments. Give it another, few moments here. I'm happy we haven't pulled the trigger yet because guess what? We would have made a little money, would have lost a little money. If we kept on holding, we'd probably be in a little bit of time decay. So far, the S&P 500, be honest with yourself. Be blatant with yourself. We're basically sitting at the same price that we opened up at. We had a drop, we had a spike. We had a drop, we had a spike. And now the S&P 500 is kind of debating on which way it wants to go. So no reason for me to pull the trigger in any sort of way. I am just sitting back and waiting for clear-cut clarity, right? That's all I want. You are the piece of me I wish I didn't need. S&P 500 here, traders. Watching to see if we're going to be able to reverse. We have a little bit of an uptrend at this time. I know the setup, the stream looks a little different than usual. I will be back home in the office coming on up on a Sunday, so all next week will be good and ready to rock. It just comes on down to this week is a little bit different, but I wanted to show up every single day. I love trading too much to miss out. S&P 500 still sitting right around that 523.50-ish mark, team. Can we be able to get that reversal and that crack here in the near future? We still are having trouble right around that 523.50 mark. That's kind of like our main area. I would like to still see one more squeeze and pop and get a high of the day attempt. That's what I think is going to happen. Give us a high of the day attempt here. Give us that high of the day attempt. So we are waiting and watching over on these moves, looking for this next possible pop and climb. Also, the S&P 500, little bit of a pullback. 523.50 is just like its happy medium, as you guys know. We just keep sitting right next to that 523.50. If we cannot hold 523.50, though, we know we have a lot of room to be able to fade and fall all the way back on down towards that low 523-ish area. Right now, things are still getting weaker. It's probably going to be 10 to 15 minutes of us even just consolidating right around 523.50. I would not be surprised, though, if we get a little bit of an attempt back up towards 524. Puts, same exact game plan as before, guys. Same exact game plan as before. Underneath 523.50, you are going on puts. Anything above 523.50, you get out and you have stop losses hit you on out because you don't want to hold if this thing squeezes. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, okay? I really think this is exactly what's going to happen. There is going to be a few small red candles down to 423.20 that are going to make traders jump in. 5 minutes later, it's going to be right back up to 523.50. There's going to be a few candles that are going to float right around 523.50. Then we're going to get an attempted breakout back up near 524, and then I think it's going to fail probably in about 20 minutes from now. But I don't think it's a good entry time right now. I think a lot of this is going to be consolidation. Let me ask you guys, who here has been caught up with consolidation at some point in the past, some point last week, some point in the last month, where you're saying, oh wow, 523.50, strong resistance, let me jump in. It goes above 523.50. Then it goes back underneath 523.50 and you say, ooh, let me jump in. And then it goes back above 523.50. Then it goes back underneath 523.50 and it's, ooh, let me jump in. And then next thing you know, you just slowly lose. And then finally, when you got no money left to trade on the day, then it collapses. That's kind of what I feel like is happening right here. It's going to be a lot of consolidation for 10, 15 minutes, and we just have to be patient enough to kind of let this pass us by. All right, give me 1 second here, team. I'm actually just going to step off the mic here just for a moment. Give me 1 moment. We are just watching the S&P 500. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to write them on out. I absolutely love working with you guys, but just give me 1 second here and we'll be all set, ready to keep this party going and keep getting after it. Give me 1 moment, team. Thank you. All right, mic check 1 2. 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. I do got a friend named Cheddar Bob who shoots himself in the leg with the same gun. I did get jumped, but all 6 of you jump and Winky dip my girl. I'm still screaming here. Hooda blah. Hooda blah. Does anyone know any idea what I'm even talking about at this point? If you guys don't, and you guys want to say, Dek, please catch me up with your humor, I want you to go over to Netflix, okay? And I want you to watch a movie called The Notebook, okay? In The Notebook, there's a scene a rap scene. So go watch The Notebook, Ryan Gosling, Rachel McAdams, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Traders, right now we are just staying ready in every single way possible. Hoobada blah, hoobada blah. I ain't hear a word you say. Hippity hoobla. I love you guys. I really do. I love you guys. I love you guys being here. I love you guys, enjoying the show. I love you guys, how you guys have the same sense of humor. I love how you guys are so passionate about stock trading. I love how you guys are green on the day. I love how you guys are in the profits. I love how we're waiting and staying patient. I love how we're being able to pass a little bit of time while we have this consolidation. I love how we have predictability in the stock market. Traders, everything is just going absolutely great. SPY right now, team. Right at that 523.60 mark. Dek, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to get an attempt. I think there will definitely be an attempt of that record high. 424.01 doesn't mean it's going to break, but we're going to get an attempt. So we are going to get an attempt here. And I want to see if the S&P 500 is going to be able to squeeze. Are we going to be able to move ourselves on up here at this time? Right now, SPY waiting to see this pop on up and give us that 424 area. So we got 423.70 right now. High of the day is 424.01. Want to see if we can be able to squeeze and break. Remember, guys, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you guys are watching over on YouTube. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs on up and also turn on your notifications so that you guys are all set, ready to go. I did drop a brand new video yesterday saying, warning, the AI bubble is about to burst. And I wanted to go over my reasoning for why I do think the market or the AI market could start turning in the future. Now, obviously, I cannot predict the future, but I do give my reasons on why I do think there's going to be a healthy, natural pullback. Not a full-blown collapse where everyone's going to lose all their money, but what I do think is going to happen is a pullback is due, a natural pullback is due, where traders are going to say to themselves, all right, hey, I get it. It makes sense, right? We're overbought. We have been seeing nonstop climbing. We should be seeing some sort of drop in the future. Here comes the S&P 500 team. Came on up towards a 424.80 mark there for a second. Let's see, or 423.80. Let's see if we get this attempted spike. It's going to be, if we cannot break out of the high, it's going to be right next to the high. Put your strike price now at 5,260 probably. 5,260 strike price would probably be much better now at this moment. Putting ourselves slightly in the money, having our contracts have value right away. Still, I like to use tomorrow's expiration, not today's expiration. And if we do break that high, of 424, you will probably see a spike up towards like 424.10. If we cannot break the high, you got the best entry coming on up here in a few moments. So I'm actually getting dialed in here, team. I'm getting dialed in here, watching and waiting. Right now, just to kind of be completely clear with every single trader, I do have an entry set up, SPX, tomorrow's expiration. We do have a strike price of 5,260. I'm looking for 3 contracts at this time, and I want to see if this is going to be able to fade and fall. We either can get entries right before the record high of 424.01. We can wait for entries right after the record high at 424.10, or we can wait for some sort of upper shadow to kind of give us an idea that we are going to start turning. So there's a few different areas that, depending on you and your risk tolerance and what you really think about this market, that we could be seeing. I do think, right around this area, if we cannot break this record high, let's see it, guys. Let's see if we get this high right now. 423.95. Here comes 424. Are we going to pop it right here? Are we going to break this record high right here? We're only 5 cents away. We just came on up towards around that record high area. We are still a little bit shy, a little bit of a pullback. We just came up to 423.97. Now we're at 423.92. We got a ton of volume coming through at this moment. A ton of volume, a ton of action, a ton of hype. Ton of volume at this moment over on the S&P 500. So many traders are interested on getting involved in this play right near this top. Now, the thing is, the best entry that you could possibly get is this 423.90 mark on put side if we start reversing back on down here. So if we do start getting that reversal, this is going to be the best entry. VWAP price. Can someone give me the exact VWAP price? VWAP price to me looks like it is what? What's the VWAP right here? 523.91. So 523.91, we may test this a few times. As long as we stay underneath 523.91, that is going to be a great sign of a reversal if we can stay underneath 523.91. But we did just get that little top right here. Another little top right here. Starting to get a little bit of weakness. 5,258. Market's definitely starting to get a little bit of a pullback at this moment. Man, this is like big trading. If you're confident, this is where you have to pull the trigger. If you're confident, this is where you pull the trigger. If you're not confident, then obviously don't pull the trigger. But I want to see, are we going to get another little attempt and then start getting a little pullback here in the near future? Right now, that is a nice, possible top right there along that, along that region. Market is definitely starting to fade back on down. Traders, take a look at this pullback that we are starting to see at this moment. Nice pullback at this time as the S&P 500 is starting to drop. You can see that we came right on up towards that 524 mark. We are still hitting right around these areas. If you want to wait for that next possible entry is going to be back on up towards 523.80. So notice how the S&P 500 is starting to turn. S&P 500 is starting to drop. We should get a slow downtrend now. It is going to take some time, but we've just been rejected twice at 424.01. We should be getting a slow downtrend now. I do not think we are going to break a high now. I think we are going to pop back up towards 423.80. I do think we're going to hit 423.90. I do think we're going to fall back down to 423.70. But over the next 30 minutes, over the next hour, we should have a slow downtrend is my idea. As long as we don't break that high, and I honestly don't think we are going to break that high. But let's see. We are back in the 523.80s right here. As long as we don't break those highs, you are still good to go at this moment. I want to even zoom in over on this chart a little bit more if I can. Where is my mouse? There we go. Seeing the S&P 500. We do have a little bit of an uptrend as well. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. So even a good area to be like, Dek, how do I know that it's not going to, fall when that trend line cracks? So if you're saying, how do I know for a fact? It would be when that trend line cracks. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to take you guys with me right here, and we're going to just turn on the AC. Oh, this is exciting. We are walking around the room with the microphone. How exciting is this? Wow. Very nice. This is something I usually can't do in the office. Look at this. Look at this. Look how far away I am. Can you guys see me do this? A dark shame, oh, dark shame. Feelings for all the joy and pain. And I recall Central Park in fall. Oh, you were the best. You were the best. I like this. We might have to get this set up at home. We might have to get this set up back at home, guys. We're on the verge of something extremely special here. Right now, we are still getting a nice move here. S&P 500 still right underneath that 524 mark. Still has this beautiful uptrend. Notice this uptrend, guys. Still trying to climb, still trying to move here. So we have this nice uptrend. We have another attempted probably new record high coming on up. We are really, Dek, when are we getting involved in puts? When that trend line cracks. Well, Dek, I don't want to do puts. Well, then go long on the next new high of the day break. So it's either you do puts when we crack, or you go long as we keep holding this higher low setup. If you can't break those record highs, obviously you got that room to be able to dip back on down. Here comes another new little dip. You guys take a look at the screen right here. Top resistance, fade back on down. Top resistance. Again, you can start fading back on down from there. So we do have top resistance, fade back on down. Here's another little candle. If this little new downtrend holds, that's going to be crucial. Oh, baby, we're setting ourselves up for a big move here in the next 15 minutes. Probably in the next 15 minutes, or our next possible trade is probably going to be like my main trade of the day. The next trade that I get involved in is probably going to be like a full port trade. I'm talking about like 12 contracts or so. Try to make as much money as I possibly can off of it. Thank you for everyone watching over on Tradecaster today. Absolutely beautiful. Shout out to everyone watching over on YouTube today. I like you guys just as much. You're just not as good looking as the Tradecaster people. If you want to be as good looking as the Tradecaster people, you got to come over to Tradecaster.com. It's as simple as that. Hey, I don't make the rules around here. People think that I just say things on a mic throughout the day. No. These are, again, passed on down from generation to generation. You want to be one of the best, you got to be on Tradecaster.com. You can't just be watching over on a YouTube chat like you're a little pilgrim coming on over here. It's not how things work. Right now, S&P 500, watching to see how well is this actually going to be able to hold. S&P 500, notice we did get that rejection once again back on up towards that 523.90 mark. Starting to get a little bit more rejection here. Can we actually start cracking this trend line? Room to fall back on down towards around the 523.60, 523.50 mark. Put contracts would still be 523.57. Looks like we are getting a little bit weaker at this time, guys, all around. We have a little bit of this. Nope, still building higher lows. Slightly. We are underneath the VWAP. Still building higher lows, though, slightly. I like what we have. I like the weakness here still. This entire idea still very solid. Are we... I wanted it! I wanted it! Look at that thing. Look at that thing right now. 523.34. I honestly want to wait until it pops on up and then actually jump in on this thing for a pullback. See this thing just keep on going on down. Guys, I'm going to jump in on 3 contracts right now at 523.35 and see if this thing can keep on going down towards the low 523s. Can we get this nice big pullback down towards the low 523s? Let's see if this thing is going to keep on falling here. There's that big sell-off. I'm in right now, team, with 3 contracts, and just even though I'm a little bit late to the game, I want to see if this sells on off to sub 523, but I am in on puts right now. I am in on puts at this moment, and just seeing if this thing's going to get weaker and go all the way down towards the 523 region. That is the goal here, to see if we are actually going to get that sell-off. Look at that dump we just had. I wanted it. So right now, traders, we're getting a little bit of a move here. I'm currently down $150 over on this trade. I want to see if we can crack on down towards some lows. We did just get a huge sell-off. We know that 523.50 is going to be a strong resistance line at this time. 523.50, strong resistance line at this time, and it's actually popping right back up above that mark. I only have 3 contracts, so that's fine. I only have 3 contracts, but look at that sell-off off this trend line. Bounce play, started getting that little bit of a drop, and then we sold. Look at that sell-off right there. That was just absolutely crazy. That was just absolutely wild to get that sell-off, that huge red candle, and we saw this thing start getting weaker and weaker and weaker. I am still in on this play right now. Just a little heads up for you guys with only 3 contracts at this moment. But if we stay underneath this 523.50 mark and we consolidate back up near this 523.50 area, I do think it's worth actually holding and continuously even adding on to this play as time goes by. But look at the sell-off we just had. Look at the drop we just had. Top resistance right here, 523.60. Connect some of the pre-market highs. Pre-market high, pre-market high, high right here. High right here. What's this area? It's going to be like 523.70 mark if you do keep on going. Kind of that 523.70 mark. That was such a big drop off. We came up to the top right here, just shy of the top right here, a little lower high, and then the big time red candle where we definitely just started seeing some selling, where we definitely just started seeing some fading, and I think we could possibly crack all the way down to sub 523 on this one. So if we can actually see this momentum start shifting and start turning, and we can actually go on a little bit more of a drop, fade all the way back down to 523, if this is like the momentum shift, I could imagine traders saying, hey, we've gone on an $8 spike since yesterday. I could imagine traders saying, we have gone on an $8 spike since yesterday. Hedge funds, Wall Street, big corporations could definitely be taking some profits here in the near future. So I'm just going to let this 3 contracts here rock for a bit. Remember, 3 contracts isn't that big. So that's why it's just, I'm letting it rock here. I am down $200 over on this 3 contracts, though. Just a little heads up for you guys. And I want to see if this is going to be able to consolidate, fade, and fall. But that was a huge crack right there from that very tippity top. 524 dump. Then again, 523.75 starting to turn and dump. That was huge. If we do pop on up, we're going to come back up to the pre-market highs here. Just a little heads on up. Top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. Those are going to be like the top areas that we're going to see a little bit of a spike back up to. A little heads on up if we do get a bounce. So a little bounce up here, it's going to be this upper shadow. Bounce right here, it's going to be that upper shadow. Bounce right here, it's going to be this upper shadow. Bounce right here, it's going to be that upper shadow. If we do fall and fade, we are going to want to hold puts all the way underneath 523. If we do bounce, we're going to be a good look to add up near around that 523.75-ish area or so. But hopefully we can keep on fading. Hopefully we can just keep on falling and make our lives very simple and be able to make some money. Right now I'm back in the green on my trade, and we are just going to see if this thing can keep on fading all the way down to sub 523 and see if momentum has truly shifted. So we want to see if this momentum is truly just shifting at this point. We are watching the S&P 500 very closely here. And I can drag in over right here, kind of see the very beginning of the day and look for that weakness all the way back on down towards maybe, again, the low 523. Can we get another like 30-cent dump, be able to add a quick little $500 profit over on this trade? So if anyone does not know what's going on, what we just had is we had 524.01 established as the high. Then we came up and was just shy of 524. We came on up towards around 523.90. We came back on down. We hit another high just underneath, right? So basically we had one high, 524.01. Second, slightly lower than 524.01 at around 523.97. Then we came back on up, gave it another attempt at around 523.90. And you can notice each high is slightly less than the previous high, which is now leading to traders giving up. So if we have one high, 524, we need to break that, 523.97. We need to break that, 523.90. You can see how we're actually trending in the wrong direction. You can see how we're actually trending in the wrong way. We're not hitting new highs. Every single high is leading towards now a weaker attempt, and that's why we eventually got that sell-off. That's eventually why we got that dump. That's eventually why traders said, not happening here. Traders, I'm still in on my play. I'm currently down $300 on my trade. Just a little heads up for you guys. I want to be honest and open and credible and transparent. But this play so far, little bit of a spike. I am just holding my 3 contracts, just giving everyone that heads on up in case we do start fading and falling. But man, if you guys nailed that, a crack of the trend line, that was huge. And remember, if you're saying, Dek, what are you talking about, the crack of the trend line? I'm talking about the low of the day right here. Then we have another lower shadow right here. 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 And then you can see on your end, grab all of these lower shadows and connect them to what makes sense. So connect them to what makes sense, and then you guys can realize what? Once you go underneath that trend line, that's where this big red candle formed. So you have lower high, lower high, lower high, trend line crack. That's where the big red candle formed. Does that make sense? Do you guys have an understanding on why that actually happened at that point now? Does that make more sense on, okay, Dek, yeah, I can see why we actually formed that little bit of that drop, why we actually got that weakness. So it seems like we're going to pop back up now towards around 523.75 most likely. Going to come back on up towards around 523.75 because that is going to be that pre-market high area. And probably I'm just going to get out of my trade at this if we don't go back underneath 523.50 here soon, just because I don't want to hold it and just put myself in more red. So if we don't go back underneath 523.50 soon, I am just going to move on and say, hey, you know what? Keep it small, keep it tight, and just not chase. I was looking to see if we are going to get a big flush and get a big sell-off, but it doesn't look like we're getting that flush and sell-off. Guys, I'm gonna get out right now, take a $400 loss, put myself down $120 on the day. Down $120 on the day. Not that big of a deal. I know I could be able to make that back on my next trade. I was really looking to see if with that big red candle right there, if we were going to have a couple huge red candles. The last thing I want to do though is basically hold in consolidation, have time decay eat me on up, and then on top of that, if we do get a pop back on up here. So I want to be careful. Don't want to put myself on any sort of bad opportunities. That was the biggest red candle that we've seen, and I definitely enjoyed that so far. Though that was a lot of fun. That was really cool. I am slightly down, but all it takes is one good trade. Remember, we're talking about $100, guys. We're talking about we're up $200 today. We're down $160 today. It's like all we need is one good trade, put us up $1,000 plus, and we'll be all set. I have not gone on my big full port trade yet. I have not gone on my big main trade yet that I really want to get involved in. So right here, team, I am noticing we're inside of a little bit of a channel. We do have our top resistance. I want to see if I can make this nice and simple here. Let's go markup, trend line. Basically, we have our line from here. They're going to make it so difficult for me. I apologize, guys. I'm not used to using the MacBook. But yeah, connected on your side. Top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. Starting to get a little bit of this fade at this moment. Definitely could be able to get this dump off in the near future. We have this trend line here. We have, again, some top resistance line going across the board. We're looking to see if this is going to be able to fade and fall and start getting that true weakness all the way back on down. So S&P 500 team, for those that are holding tight on this moment, we are actually getting a little bit of that drop here. S&P 500, but we will have support. We're at 523.25. Underneath 523.25, that opens up the gates to go down towards the next leg. So you guys can actually see traders bounced off 523.25. Then we bounced off 523.25. Then we bounced off 523.25. Here comes 523.25. What would be the smartest thing for you to do at this point? Lock in 50% profits. Okay? Doesn't have to be everything, but if I were you, I would say when you come down towards around 523.25, wouldn't it be the smartest idea to maybe lock in 50% profits? Well, Dek, why would I do that? It can crash slower. It could, but the thing is, the last 4 times now, you have always had a bounce right next to 523.25. So the odds are it's probably going to bounce again. Right now, the S&P 500 still watching and waiting over on this play. Great job. Traders, who here has made a profit so far today? Here comes 523.25. Let's actually watch this here. Guys, here's 523.25. This is where I suggest you lock in 15, 20, whatever your tolerance is. So if you're in on puts right now, just do it for good old Uncle Dek. Lock in something here, okay? Just so I know that you're making some sort of money. If it cracks, you still have more money that you can make. So if it cracks right here, that's gorgeous. Let it keep on fading. Let it keep on falling. And guys, there's the little bounce back above that 523.25 mark. So we are still watching this move, still trying to get a little bit of hype, and there's a big bounce right back above that 523.25. That's why Uncle Dek is just looking out for you guys. That's all it is. Look at this big green candle now, all the way back on up to 523.50. All I'm trying to do is look out for you. And all we're back up towards, again, 523.60. Look at this thing squeeze. Look at this thing pop all the way back on up. This is why we have to lock in something near these bottoms. Awesome. Dek, are you out in Miami actually shooting for something with Netflix? I can't say exactly what, okay? I can't say exactly what it is, okay? And I'm sorry about that. But it is I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, I don't want to get in trouble. But it is, let's say, if you know what a pilot is. If you know what a pilot is, go with that. Okay? So yes. So yes and no. No in the fact that it's not 100% coming out. Yes in the fact that it may come out. So there's if you know what, if you have a little bit of some terms, then you can start getting a better idea. Right now, traders, look at this. All the way back on up towards, again, 524. 524. And that's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do for you guys, to make sure that you guys are being smart, to be that uncle in your life that you say, hey, Uncle Decky, thanks for helping me lock in profits. Thanks for helping me lock in some gains. Because that's awesome. I want to be the uncle that comes around, that you jump in my arms and I give you a piggyback ride. Can we have that type of relationship? That's not the type of relationship I have with my uncle. My uncle would say, hey, Sean, I have a piece of candy in my pocket. There wasn't any candy in his pocket. There was a hole in his pocket, and I never saw him again. That was what I had with my uncle. So I want to be a different type of person with you. Right now, 524. Let's get back to stock trading because things are starting to move over to the dark side a lot quicker than expected. Right now, we got 524 still watching this here. I want to see here and see if this thing is going to actually be able to break. This is our third attempted touch over on the S&P 500. Third attempted touch over on the S&P 500. Renard, don't post that weird GIF, Renard. Guys, over in chat, start typing some random gibberish right now so Renard's GIF kind of goes up into the chat room. I don't want to look at those eyes staring at me for the next, 10 minutes. So move that. Don't post that GIF again. That thing's creeping me out. I'm just trying to trade, making me feel weird. S&P 500 here, another 524 touch. Now, Deck, let's think about this. Okay, we have our top resistance at 524. Came back on down. We bounced right around. Came on down towards a very low area the first time. But as you guys can see, we bounced that 523.25. We bounced that 523.25. We bounced off 523.25. We bounced off 523.25. I think we can all agree that 523.25 is the main support line that we must hold. Now, I think we can all agree as well that top resistance is right around 524. Can you guys realize that we have our top resistance area right here? So we can actually think there's a channel going on, isn't there? And it's cool that, on Trade Ideas right here, I can take a look at the different structures. We have top resistance 524, top resistance 524, top resistance 524, and now coming back on up to top resistance 524. We can see that we have bottom support at 523.25, bottom support 523.25, bottom support 523.25, bottom support 523.25. So we want to be thinking about this. How are we going to be able to react in this market? What can we be able to do? And this is where channels really come into effect, where we can go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and we can be able to have clarity on what we want to do. So even though I know it's scary, guys, but a lot of times stock trading is a game of opposites. When I see a stock spike on up towards the price of 524, it comes crashing back on down towards 523.25. And when it comes on up towards 524, it comes crashing back down to 523.25. So what would be the best entry at this point? Do a put contract next to 524, or wait until it comes back on down towards 523.25 and do a call contract. That's the best entry. Those are the best things that you can do at this moment. SPY coming on up. Let's see if we get a break of 524, then calls might still stay in control. Still trying to get this move. So far, we opened up. Where did we open up this morning? Opened up over on the SPY, kind of right around that 523.50-ish mark, right underneath that. So we are in the green, but not a monster green day just yet. We are still trying to move ourselves on up. We will have some resistance probably next on up. On your chart right now, I can't do it because I'm on this MacBook, but on your charting, connect the dots. Connect this bottom dot here, this bottom dot here, this bottom dot, this bottom dot, this bottom dot, and extend that forward. Okay? Extend the bottom trend line that you had all the way forward. That is going to be the next resistance line when we come up to the top of that. What price is that? I'm going to guess it's like 524.30. That's what I'm going to guess. 524.30, 524.50. So if we actually break 524, that's your next resistance line. That's your next target. We've had 1 pop rejection, 2 pop rejection, 3 pop rejection. And I know right now, even a lot of people might say, hey, Dek, I'm going to get involved over on this put contract at 524 here, 523.90. I mean, Dek, we have fallen every single time we come up towards 524. Do you like it? I got no problem with it. There's no problem with that whatsoever at all. So the S&P 500 still waiting over on this play. Watching the SPY for the next leg, for this next move. Shout out to you guys for being part of this amazing stream here today. We do have the SPY, obviously. We are waiting and watching. What time is it right now? 10:48 in the market. We're about an hour and 20 minutes in. Here comes that new high potentially. Here comes 524. We are about to have a battle on our hands. The reason why we're about to have a battle on our hands is because there are going to be many traders that are going to say, hey, Dek, I'm going to go after a put right now. And there's going to be many traders that are going to say, hey, Dek, I'm going for calls right now looking for a new high. So who's going to win? Coming on up here, we got calls versus put traders, back and forth, back and forth. We want to see, can we be able to squeeze? Can we be able to spike? Can we be able to hit new highs? Can we be able to get that next leg? That's obviously the big question. That's the main concern. Can we get the next leg here, team? And we still got that 524 mark still holding up as some strong resistance. We should get a touch. Should get a touch area here. $523.90. I know you guys have your opinion as well. What do you guys think here? Breakout or crack back on down? What do you guys think coming up here? Breakout or crack back on down? We definitely have, either side, both sides could be able to get some momentum. Breakout or crack back on down here. The odds are, the probability is, if we hit 524 and fall, that's one crack. 524 and fall, that's another crack. 523.90 and fall, that's another crack. We have 3 cracks at the bottom here so far. What we can do, which is not something that I like to do. Is there anybody here on YouTube? Let's make it a YouTube person, not a Tradecaster member. Is there anyone on YouTube right now that every single time they buy, the stock does the opposite? Anyone that does that? So for you, can you tell us what you're going to do, and then we can profit off of that? So is there anyone here that's willing to sacrifice, that say, Dek, I'll go long on calls right now. It'll always do opposite of what I do. And then we can all do puts and be able to make some money. Is there anyone on YouTube, not Tradecaster guys, we'll make money, on YouTube that is willing to do that? And I appreciate you guys. Can we take a moment of silence right here for the dedicated traders over on YouTube that are going to always, that say, hey, I always do opposite. So let's take a second here. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So I'm guessing a couple people went on calls. Here because we are starting to see that 524 start reverse. That 524 market starting to turn back on down. The 523.24 mark still getting a little bit of reversal. I mean, team, look at this. One touch of 524, another touch of 524, another touch of 524, coming on up to 524. We haven't really broken away from the VWAP yet either. Isn't that kind of nuts, guys? We have been riding the VWAP, and it's not like we've gotten very extended off the VWAP. We've basically have just been sitting and chilling right on the VWAP almost this entire day, it seems like. VWAP price, 523.76 right now. So the S&P 500 still looking for that possible next leg to be able to squeeze up and through that 524 mark. Underneath the VWAP, we could fade on down towards 523. I was actually thinking that traders would take some sort of profits today. After an $8 move from last night, are people going to take profits? Are people going to lock in gains? And the thing is, we just have not seen that yet. We know that 524, that 524.01 mark is still a super strong resistance line that people are saying to themselves, hey, let's keep on holding tight. Hey, let's keep on getting this weakness. Hey, let's keep on dropping on down even lower. But we have not been able to get that main dump just yet, like the main dump. And if that takes some time, we'll take some time here. So I'm watching right here. I'm getting a little parched. Claire! It's the first time I'm streaming without Claire here. No water bottles filled up. No emails answered. No. It's kind of alone. Kind of thinking all the work that she does here, and then I'm just kidding. She sucks. I am so pumped to be away from her for a bit. So I'm just kidding. Guys. It's so nice to be away from her. So right now, team, let's see the S&P 500. We want to see if we're going to be able to get a little bit of a move on up here. You think I want to hang out with Claire the entire day just to fill up a water bottle? Yeah, please, I can do it myself. Right here, traders. Want to see coming back up to 424. Can we actually get that break? Can we be able to actually get that move here? Here's the attempt for the squeeze. 424. If you guys are on call contracts, Uncle Dek is telling you to just lock in something. Lock in something at 424 just so you are being a smart trader. So right now we're all set, ready to go here. She's not gone, Claire. She's just not in Miami with me. She's back home. Back home in the office, doing all the paperwork. I told her to go ahead and alphabetically sort my taxes from 2012 all the way to 2024. Alphabetically sort every single page. She's been sitting there for hours, not even opening folders. Have no idea where to even start. Deck, is that something you need? Not at all, but just keep her preoccupied. Right now, S&P 500, still watching this play. We are still on the verge of that 524 mark. Looking for a little bit of this dump. Looking for a little bit of this drop. Looking for a little bit of this weakness here. And what is going to be happening with the SPY? It looks like it is setting itself up for that possible leg. Come on here, SPY. What are you doing? What are you doing for us? What are you doing for us, SPY? I'm not in on any sort of play here. We know 524 has not been able to break. But at the same time, traders, we want to see, are we going to be able to get that, actual move on down, or are we going to actually just keep popping right back on up? It seems like every single moment. So we are getting a little bit weaker at this point. Are we finally going to crack underneath? That's the big question. We do have a lot of support where at, right around that 523.70-ish mark. Kind of seems like it's been our main area of support, that 523.70-ish mark. Kind of been our main area of support. Cracking that mark, that could lead towards a little bit of a sell-off. You guys can see how we are starting to get that drop at this moment. Can we actually see a little bit of cracking? Can we actually see a little bit of selling? 523.70 still trying to hold itself on up. If we actually do start getting a little bit of a sell-off, we could be able to make some nice money and be able to make some nice cash. Right now, as you guys know, I am still down on the day about $150. So I do want to make back $150. I want to be able to put myself up a lot more in the green on the day. But I do want to be waiting for some main cracks. I do want to be waiting for a couple main lines of resistance. It does look like we are starting to fade. I could imagine this dropping back on down towards 523.25 now. Why? Well, we were all the way up towards 524. Now we're starting to get a little bit of this reversal. Now we're starting to get a little bit of a crack, and we should be able to drop back on down towards 523.25 in the near future. So am I opposed to slowly scaling in on puts? Not right now. The answer is no. But we do have what? Pre-market Guys, little heads on up here. This is the one thing I'm trying to avoid. See this old top, pre-market? Line that up with this old top and line that up across the board. I'm going to try again to see if I can. I want to see, can I do change symbol, trend lines. I'm just going to see if I can draw this on out and make this nice and easy for everyone to see. All right, come on. Here we go. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. There it is. Okay? Don't disappear on me now. There we go. Does that make sense, everyone? So what we really have on this play, take a look. We have this very nice, easy platform. And underneath this platform is where that weakness is going to be showing. So that's what's so gorgeous. That's what's so great about this here, traders, is that we have this clear-cut platform from pre-market to the very start. And we know once we go underneath this platform, that is where we are going to start heading into bearish territory. So there's our platform right there. Can we get a crack underneath that, or are we going to hold above it? Platform is set. You guys can match the same exact thing that you guys want to match over on your end. So platform is set. You guys can look for either calls right at this area, or you guys are looking for puts right at this area. Remember, once you have the correct area, it does become simplified. Because once you have the correct area, you know, okay, hey, I'm going to do put contracts right here. Have a stop loss if it goes back above 523.80. Oh, hey, I'm going to do call contracts right here. Okay, have a stop loss if it starts cracking. So you can see right now we are starting to get a little bit of a crack. We are starting to get a little bit of a dump. I always like to kind of wait for a confirmation candle to actually show that we are holding underneath this area. But traders, guess what we have right now? We are definitely at this moment starting to get a little bit of a crack at this mark. Who's winning? Puts or calls? Cracking the trend line? Puts are definitely in controls right now. See, we have a confirmation candle. Holds underneath that 523.70-ish mark. See if we're going to stay underneath 523.70 for a little bit. We are seeing puts starting to win at this moment. Guys, puts are starting to win. We do have room to fall now, as you guys know, all the way back down to 523.50. Do not be on calls unless we get back above 523.80. Does that make sense? So right now, guys, no call contracts unless you go back above 523.80. Unless you go back above 523.80, no call contracts. Try to have puts win this for a bit here. So let's see if puts are going to win. Remember, we've been on a lot of consolidation recently. Still battling, still fighting, still trying to hold itself on up. We basically have had a up and down market, but not any clear direction. I feel like I don't know what it is, guys. I feel like the one day I missed was the day that the market went absolutely ballistic. And every other day has just been spike up, come on down, spike up, come on down, spike up, come on down. It's like, all right, Deck's in a plane. Let's spike $8. Okay, we're not in a plane. Let's just kind of move sideways. That's how sometimes I feel. Which is why I honestly do want to start getting back more into penny stocks. I do want to start shorting again. I miss it. I miss shorting. I miss that little feeling that you get when you realize that, you know, one of the plays that is extremely overbought has locates. And you realize that those locates are they're extremely cheap and inexpensive, and a beautiful upper shadow starts forming on that candlestick, knowing that that thing's going to come back on down, and we start getting halted on the downside and pull the trigger. And I just pull the trigger, and I add more, and I add more, and I add more shares. I'm excited to get back into shorting sometimes. Can you guys feel the love that I'm putting out into the mic, into your speakers? S&P 500. Still watching this move here. S&P 500 still sitting right at that 523.80-ish mark. So back above this line. This is why you're saying, Deck, why haven't you gone big yet today? Why would I go big so far? Right? I'm trying to be as smart as I can with every single move that I'm making. Why would I go big on these plays here when I know that there's not any clear-cut consistency? Now, what's the beautiful thing? The beautiful thing is tomorrow is Friday. Friday has been known for the most dramatic moves in the market. We have been seeing insane, dramatic moves in the market recently on Fridays, which I absolutely love, and that's making me so happy and so ecstatic. Right now, we are coming back on down towards this 523.70-ish mark. Can we actually get a crack at that 523.70 region? So we keep on sitting right here at this area, waiting, watching, 523.66. No entries for myself here just yet. I've had, again, 2 trades today. 1 winner, 1 loser. 1 winner, 1 loser. Market is starting to get a little bit weaker, though, back underneath this 523.70 mark. Traders, I am actually going to give this a chance on the put side here. I'm actually going to jump back in on the put side at this moment because we are actually getting a little bit more of a crack. And I do think as lunch hours is slowly approaching, we might fall back on down towards 523.25. So I'm actually in on the put side right now, going to give this a chance to see if this actually is going to get a little bit of a sell-off more. So I'm going, guys, nice drop so far. Let's see if we can actually see this thing continuously fade and maybe drop all the way down through 523.25. So nice red candle so far. Nice red candle so far. I'm going to do 6 contracts total, averaging down, seeing if this thing can crack on down towards 523. So basically what we have at this moment is we do have our main trend line. The trend line has cracked. We are looking now for a dump all the way down towards 523. Now remember, 523.25 is going to be an area where we should all lock in at least half our profits, where we should lock in half our gains, where we should say to ourselves, hey, let's try to be as smart as we can, because just like we had this trend, let's see if I can grab this here. I know it's not going to allow me to grab it, but I'm going to place another trend line here, and I'm going to go to properties. Let's go to markup. Let's go to trend line. And when I place a trend right here, is it going to allow me to do this? You guys can kind of get with a point that I want. I want to draw this across the board here. So I am watching this closely. Obviously, I want to get this trend line going, and it's very difficult without a mouse, and I apologize about that. Here we go. So this is our channel. That's our channel setup right now. So yes, I am looking for this to fall back on down towards that 523.25 mark. We basically have this. Right? When we make it as easy and as simple as possible, we have top resistance, we fall back on down. Top resistance, we fall back on down. Top resistance, we fall back on down. And here comes some weakness as we keep on fading and falling. We have made back our loss. Here comes 523.25. So 523.25, you can lock in something right here. Lock in some sort of gains right here at 523.25 just to be a smart trader. Just to be a smart trader. I'm trying to get my confirmation orders up here. Just so that we're being smart, we can lock in 3 contracts. 3 contracts, guys, just made back my loss. I'm now only green on the day. I just made back my loss, and now I'm green on the day, and now I have 3 contracts to go ahead and crack. So Uncle Decky did just follow his game plan and say, all right, we know that 523.25 is going to be strong resistance. Let's see if we can crack 523.25 now. So I did just lock in some profits. And now I could lock in another free $100 right now, put myself up about $500 on the day. But I want to see, can we actually get a crack underneath 523.25? So I'm going to hold these 3 contracts a little bit to see if we can actually crack 523.25 and get the sell-off. So I did lock in half my position, and that eliminated my loss from earlier today. So now I only have green. Right now I'm only up in the green at this moment. Can we crack 523.25 here? Guys, this is big for us. Crack 523.25. Let's see if we can run with this. Crack 523.25. Let's try to get ourselves up, a few hundred to a few $1,000s if we can. 523.25. We're on the verge of it. If you want to, you can lock in all your profits right here, because if we do bounce, this is going to be the bounce play. We are looking for 523.25 crack. Let it see if it can go all the way on down towards that absolute bottom. 523.20, 523.21 so far. Right now, we're currently up $500 on the day. Starting to get a little bit weaker. We got to go underneath this black line that I'm showing over on the chart. 523.20 at this moment. 523.25. We're still on our put contracts at this time. Still on our puts, looking for low 523s if we can get it. 523.18, baby. 523.18. Come on, we're up $300 on this trade. $600 total so far. Let's go on down. I'm feeling loose. I'm feeling great at this moment. And let's see this thing continuously fade and wait for that perfect play, that perfect execution. I'm feeling absolutely sexually. I'm feeling absolutely exuberant at this moment. Team, nice drop all the way down to 523. We're up $700 at this moment. Traders, I'm going to be locking in my profits here very soon, and we are going to be taking them right now. Bang! Guys, there is a total of $800 on the day. $800, guys. $800 in profits. Seeing this play get extremely weak. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful right now. Oh, man. There it is. 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 I absolutely love this at this moment. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We got it. We got it. We got to throw this on here. How great is this, baby? How awesome is this? How fantastic is this? Get myself going on this day. Get myself jacked on up a little bit. Get myself fired on up. Team, if you guys made some money with me right there, absolutely amazing. Absolutely great. Absolutely fantastic.
You know you look so good, so good. You know you got me going now, just like I knew you would. Come on, baby. We're taking it, baby. Work it on out, baby. Princess, come on, baby. Being good, you know you're mine. Baby, now. Come on, 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 come on. Woo! Woo! Electric. We're down here in Miami. In Brickell. We call this the Electric City. The city of brotherly love. The concrete jungle. The city of angels. The mile-high city. Miami. Miami. Great job, everyone, today. Great job, everyone, today. Fantastic work all around. Fantastic. Miami. I love it, traders. Everyone make some money on that? Let's show you guys my P&L because that is so important. So let me bring this on over here and let me grab you guys my P&L. Let's go right here. Get down! All right. Awesome work. Awesome job. La bank. ¿Dónde estás la casa el money dinero? ¿Dónde estás la biblioteca? No. Traders. Let's see. Market, where are we at here? I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. But when I'm in some warm weather, I just feel better. When I'm in some warm weather, I just feel a little different. When I'm in some warm weather, and guys, I apologize if I haven't, brought the energy that you guys know and love. But it does come on down to, November, December, January, February.
Cuatro, cinco, seis. It's just like we are constantly in the dark in the New York. Next winter, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it next winter, guys. You hear this first. I am leaving Pennsylvania after Christmas next winter. Mark it down in the calendars. And I'm Airbnb down in Florida. 100%. 100%. I'm Airbnb in 3 months down in Florida next winter. I hate the daylight savings where it just gets so dark at 4 o'clock. It's just so nice. I want to get after it here. Just a heads on up. You guys can hear me now, right? I want to make sure that you guys are good. I know it was blasting super loud music before. I'm sorry. All right. Is there anything else left that we can get ourselves involved in here today? Right now, I do just want to answer some questions over on Tradecaster. So, guys, I'm taking a look over on Tradecaster.com at this moment. And just kind of reading any questions that you guys may have. We had an absolutely awesome morning. Was able to make $750 trading stocks live in front of you guys. Coming on up here at 2 o'clock, I am having the crew come back in, and we are going to be doing some filming. So I will not be doing afternoon trading commentary today because we are going to be continuously filming for this upcoming project that you guys will be able to see coming up in the future, hopefully, if everything goes through with the producers and everything along those lines. So, but we will be filming at 2 o'clock today, so I will not be able to be live this afternoon, but I will have the live stream up right here as long as possible. But I do just want to give everyone a heads up on that. Does anyone have any sort of questions, comments, or concerns for me at this moment? Please let me know. Also, I'm going to post tonight exactly where we are going to meet tomorrow if you guys are in this Miami area, this Miami region. All right, so hit me up with some Twitter on suggestions. Right now, what did we say? We were going to do like Sugar at the time of like 5:30 tomorrow. Sugar, a rooftop in Brickell at around 5:30. I will confirm that tonight on my social media if that is 100% what we are actually doing. So I will confirm that tonight. Also, 7 o'clock Eastern time tonight, we do have our sale. First 20 people and 20 people only get the sale tonight. So make sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. 20 people, sending it out in an email, and you guys are all ready to go for that link, because after 20 people go, we are done and we are gone with that. Renard, tomorrow or Saturday, I suggest an American Social too, as Sugar gets very crowded on Friday nights. Yeah, I was gonna say probably just probably like 5:30, 5:30 tomorrow on at Sugar, if that's a good place or not. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now, unless someone has like a much better suggestion. I don't really know many of the restaurants down here. I'm not from here, but I was leaning towards Sugar. 5:30 tomorrow. If you want to meet on up, if you want to be able to hang out for a good hour or so, I'll probably sit around till about like 6:30 or so, and then probably head back over towards my hotel. So just a heads up, that's the game plan as of now. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, the S&P 500 is starting to get a little bit of a bounce play right back on up at this time. So we are getting a little bit of a bounce back on up at this moment. The S&P 500, remember, we are only going to be trading predictability. We waited, and all this predictability was what? Top resistance at 524, came back down to 523.25. Come back up to 524, back on down to 523.25. Back on up to 524, come back on down towards, again, 523. The thing is, we are definitely within some sort of channel. Buy the lows, sell the highs. When you're near 523.25, do call contracts. And when you're up near 524, do put contracts. And if you do that, you can consistently come out a winner. That's what it's all about here. Consistently come out a winner. Awesome, traders. Awesome, awesome work. Guys, I'm going to get some lunch, and get ready for what's coming up here this afternoon. I will be live tomorrow as well. So I'm going to be live tomorrow morning, and then obviously I'll be back in my office starting up on Monday morning. Tomorrow, we are having the live pop-up. As of now, it's 5:30 at Sugar. So I'm going to post that over on all social media as well. So it's going to be not only Tradecaster members, it's going to be everyone on YouTube, it's going to be everyone on my Twitter, everyone on my Instagram, everything along those lines. So pop up tomorrow, 5:30 at Sugar. I've never been there. People suggested it to me, so I will be there for probably about an hour. And come find me, and we'll have a nice little squad there all together. We can hang out, have some conversations, and just be able to enjoy it. Okay, so. Team, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us today. I just want to say thank you for working with me today with kind of the different setup that we've had. I've had an absolute blast making money, teaching, and being able to have you guys here in your presence. And I just want to say thank you so much. I know we get carried away at times, but I do just absolutely love it. It's so much fun to be able to stream with you guys day in and day out. We are getting ready for lunch hours. Enjoy AK, enjoy Active, enjoy Caesar, enjoy Kush, enjoy all the amazing live streamers here over on Tradecaster.com. And let's get ready to rock and roll for a huge, absolutely huge week coming on up and a huge day tomorrow. Enjoy lunch hours. I will not be live here this afternoon. I will leave up the live stream for a little bit longer. The S&P 500 is actually starting coming right back on down right now, and you could be looking for some dip buys if interested. I am 100% done with my trading session today. I'm up $750. Now I'm going to focus on what I'm down here to do, and you'll get that all set, ready to go. And then other than that, though, traders, I will see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. 7 o'clock tonight. First 20 people, be in that if you guys want to, and you guys will be all set, ready to go. To remember, 7 o'clock, you guys get my scanner settings, which are about $1,000. Tradecaster access, which is $174. All the bootcamp and PowerPoint slides, which is $1,000. You guys get our trading journal. You guys also have Lightspeed broker access on a big discount, which is going to be a few $100s. It's all going to be less than $500 to the first 20 people. So make sure tonight, if you guys want that, if you're trading on a budget, take advantage of this so you have everything, so you don't got to worry about anything coming up in the future, and you'll be all set, ready to rock and roll. Sound good? Hey, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on Tradecaster.com and our YouTube. I will see you guys back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Thank you so much, and help me wrap this on up. You guys know the drill, baby. Let's do it, team, in 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! Traders, I love you. Thank you so much. Enjoy it. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. We are having the S&P 500 bounce right back up as our support line tells us. And I just don't want to get off right now, but I have to. I have to get ready to go on this thing here. So thank you, traders. I love you. If you need anything, please email dekmartrades@gmail.com. Hit up the blue circle in the bottom left-hand corner if you need help tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll send you the link right at 7, so you're all set, ready to go. Guys, run it up in the chat room. Traders, run it up in the chat room right now. Hit me with another one. Hit me with a GIF. I want something better than this. In 3, in 2, in 1. Ah-hoo! Baby, oh baby, oh baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm feeling here. Enjoy it, team. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Thank you, guys. Enjoy it. I love you. Woo! Okay, now how do I get rid of this? Oh, man.